What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sy. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody you know that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
And we're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word gods, and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com. And we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
This is Rick the Negotiator.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and welcome to the God Show. Let's go. And before we get started, I just want to shout out our sponsors, Tote and Carry, Two Lost Distribution, Loreco, and Yoko Vodka. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody watching. Like, share, subscribe, and keep messing with us, man. We appreciate you. And today, we have some legends, some goats. We're going to ask them the question at the end. But they better say the right answer, because we asked the question, do you call yourself an underdog or a GOAT at the end? That's the last question of the show. They better answer. And so let me roll it out right. So I'm in LA for somebody, my boy hit me and said, yo, you should come out to LA, do the radio room. I could probably get you in. I'm like, cool. He was a very credible person. So I'm like, cool. And
you ain't dropping the name though?
I ain't gonna say his name, because it wasn't his though. It wasn't his. He was like, you should be able to get in, and I'll make a phone call. Then he made a phone call. Then he told me who it was, and I hit her. She didn't hit me back. It's cool. Everybody was busy. So I'm at dinner. And I want people to understand that just no matter where you are in life, you still got to have faith and go and walk into dark rooms when you don't know what the light is. You have to have that.
Amen.
And I'm in LA. I'm there trying to do the radio room. I'm with Shaka Zulu. We at dinner, and then this guy walks up and he starts talking shit to me like we known each other forever. Like, yo, why you do that? I'm like, oh, okay. I was high as a motherfucker. He didn't know that I was high as a motherfucker. I was nervous. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, yo? And he came and he sat next to me and he was talking to me about the show. And then he said, yo, you doing a radio room? And I was, by the way, I don't know what he does. He didn't tell me nothing about who he was. He just like, you doing a radio room? I was like, I'm trying. Literally, he ain't say nothing. 2 minutes later, he said, you doing a radio room. Here's your contact. You're good. I'm like, who the fuck are you, bro? Who the fuck is this guy? Like, and everybody know him, but I didn't know him. And then we were talking, and I got to know him, and I'm like, he's a G. He's a true OG. And I want to say that because some OGs be jealous of the young niggas. Some OGs be blocking the young niggas. And it's good to find a true OG that wants to help niggas that's younger than them or whatever come up. And you did that. And I wanted to tell you thank you on that. Now,
it's all love, fam.
Now that I said that, I want y'all to know that was my personal thing I had to do, because this guy looked out and he was like, I'm gonna do the show, and I'm like, he's like, you bullshit. I'm like, I'm bullshit, nigga. You made a miracle happen for me that I didn't even know was possible, bro. Like, and as a black man that don't have that feeds my family with this, I appreciate us.
No doubt.
And you did that for me.
No doubt.
And he hit me, and we stayed in contact. He came to my party at the house. We just been building, and he hit me like, yo, I want to do the show, and I'm like, come on. So give it up for this guy I'm speaking about is Chris Lat. Let's clap for Chris Lat. That is now a new OG in my life. And then he brings someone who he's like, you don't know who this is? You got to talk to him. And then when he walks in the room, everybody's like, oh, shit. Oh. And then you can always tell somebody power, Mark. I'm going to tell you something. You always tell somebody power by the people that show up because you're here. And then they bring another OG of mine, Lou Tucker, who ain't on camera right now, but Lou is first time I was on a private jet was with Lou. First time. My OG. And so I know y'all are heavy. So we're gonna get into this conversation, but I want everybody to give make some noise for Chris Lat and Marc Barnes. Let's go. So Mark, matter of fact, Chris, tell me what you just said about Mark. I want you to tell me what you said, because I want to fuck it up.
All right, so Marc Barnes is the longest running successful black club owner in the world. We don't have to say US. We can say the world, and he could lay out the clubs.
So Mark is here because we had an episode with Ryan Cameron. Shout out to Ryan Cameron.
Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan
Shout
Cameron.
out to Ryan Cameron. Yeah, so Mark, because Ryan Cameron was on the show and he spoke about club promoters and how they messed up the party life by eliminating the dance floor, which pissed. I didn't know promoters took that much pride in their parties. Like, I had promoters, like, they was pissed about that line. So this is us talking about nightlife with the most successful black owner of a nightclub in the world. There's nobody better to talk to.
No question.
You're bigger than the promoter because you actually set the club up.
So I was a promoter. That's
Okay.
what you got to remember. That's where I came from. My biggest problem with clubs is that they wasn't clean. Security was dickheads. Bartenders was assholes to people and everything like that. So I used to go into other people's clubs and I'd be like, what y'all doing? What the fuck's going on? Like, y'all running my people away. Like, women don't want to go in the dirty bathrooms. So we put a bathroom attendant in there. You want good drinks. That's what you make. You make great drinks. Like, make a motherfucking good drink. Be nice to these people. And then the security, they want to push people and rough them off.
Nah.
We're not having that. And so every club I used to go into, they'd be like, well, I want to see you do this when you get your own club. And that's what I did.
Wow.
More than anything else, I made sure I had good people working in there. Now, part of my problem was I overpaid everybody. Every motherfucker.
Damn. It's the
Overpaid.
legend is in the room. Everybody like, yeah, damn sure did.
Overpaid. But it wasn't about greed. I can't die and take that money with me, but my reputation will live forever.
Forever.
Right.
And that's what just so y'all know, what inspired me was Chris Latimer. They don't even know. He don't even know what he did to me. Like the country don't know what Chris Latimer did.
And to be honest with you,
And I don't even know if you know.
No, that's why I want to know. I'm sitting, you gotta understand, we pretty much hung out that whole week. And we would be at tables and people walk up and be like, yo, you got the HBC. I'm like, hold on, what are you talking about? Like, how you all of this
Chris
stuff?
Latimer saved liquor companies, made liquor companies. I don't know if y'all knew.
Talk your shit, bro.
Didn't nobody drink Tanqueray?
Right.
Didn't nobody know what the fuck a gin was?
Right.
What?
Yes, he was the king of the. Chris Latimer came to town, baby. When Chris Latimer, it was over. Like, what was the place in Union Station used to do?
What you call it?
The black chef, the lady.
What was her name? Luda, the black chef, the one that had she had the restaurant in Times Square.
Oh my God.
B. Smith.
B.
Smith.
B. Smith.
Oh my God. He came in and did B. Smith with Tanqueray, and it was the new.
So I give you a little background. So me and Marc are cut from the same cloth. We are definitely quality over quantity.
For sure.
And when the conversation started about Alex and the booths and the sections and all the rest of that stuff, I think cats need to understand who Alex is.
Yes.
Right? God bless the dead. Mike was the hospitality guy, his brother. Alex is the businessman.
Yes.
Alex is about the numbers. That's why he's even successful in the concert business.
For sure.
So he's a volume number guy.
Yes.
Right? And I think that, from a cultural perspective, we don't give him enough props. Especially, I think he deserves way more props in this city.
What?
And I think we kind of whack about it because he's Ethiopian and not kind of from the U.S. So it kind of puts him in a little place.
Yeah.
But if you think about what he did from a valet attendant
to now concert
to the
promoter.
concerts in the dome, right? Like, Atlanta should be hanging their hat on Alex's career.
By the way, we do.
150%.
We do.
So I read the comments too. Some of y'all do.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm glad you.
Some of y'all do.
So here's what I'm saying. I think if you are a businessman, if you understand business, you have to respect them.
Right.
To go from valet parking to selling out concerts with 20,000 people from behind the scenes at the pace he did it.
Right.
Like, you got to give him that. I just think that the old Alex, because now when I see Alex, he's always smiling, he's happy. But the old Alex, he was a motherfucker. No. Listen, Mark, I gotta be honest. I love him for that because he always showed me love. He never flipped. But It was sometimes you walk into an AG line, you like, fuck.
Yeah, but fam, hold on. No fairness, man. This man had a club where he was doing 8,000 people a day, right? 8,000.
8,000.
Yo, what kind of stress you think it is to manage that as
That's
a
true.
black man?
That's true.
Let's talk about the police, the liquor board.
That's true.
So at some point, I call it the promoters' asshole hormone, right? At 10 o'clock, that shit kicks in. It
Yeah.
kicks in to
I'm about to
everybody.
say, bro.
And if you ain't strong enough, you can't handle it.
Yes.
But where you turn into an asshole to
Yes.
your boys.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You turning assholes to the people that work for you, for the artists, for everybody, because you trying to protect what you.
None
what
of
you're
that.
investing.
You forget, I'm paying for everything. So every dollar matters. Right now, I like you, bro, but I need you to give me $20. You want a kid in here because you taking
Right.
up a $20 spot if you go on my club. I get it. I always respect Alice Ford, but he didn't play. And he's way nicer, but he didn't play ever.
He was the businessman.
Never.
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 He was the businessman.
And I'm-
He wanted that bottle service money. But I don't think people understood how much it really costs to do this stuff. Everything from the insurance, and then once you start winning, the artists just want more and more and more. And not to put them down, they deserve. They did the same thing we did. They grinded
hot
in
and-
those
and wanted to get
studios
paid.
to make those songs. So everybody wants their piece.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's
Yeah.
what, when that piece becomes not 5 people, not 10 people, but 200, 300 people, because you got to remember, everybody's a partner. And when I say everybody's a partner, the bottle service girl is a partner.
Yeah.
Because if she got her tires from the motherfucker down the street, or she needs something next week at the clothing store, your bottle might be her partnership for that motherfucker. And that's what everybody, the doorman.
I already like you. Go. Don't stop. Go ahead. Go. Because you're right.
They partners. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I kind of get it because when I walk into now, I even had a problem. You remember what's the one of those football Heisman Trophy guys got in trouble and went to jail because he went to the store and the people like gave him some stuff behind the couch. You know what I'm saying? I got that problem when I walk into a store because everybody wants something when they come to my place.
Yes.
Right.
And they want you to hook up. I don't want to hook up when I come in your place. Don't hook me up because especially if you stealing from your man. 'Cause, like,
yes.
that ain't a hookup to me. And
Yes.
like I don't want nobody stealing from me. I'm gonna pay for what I
Yeah,
get.
for sure.
The problem is everybody else don't have that power and that juice. And I'm telling you, everybody becomes your partner in the whole place, from the front door to the back door, motherfuckers. One of the worst parties I ever did, I used to travel to, and I learned that from him. I did Atlanta Super Bowl. These guys bought me in last minute to do one of these municipal buildings. First of all, y'all don't know nothing about Kochek. And it was that weekend Super Bowl, you remember it snowed?
Yeah.
Right.
It was crazy. I got Kenny Smith outside, I got everything. But I get there and I had told these guys about Kochek. And it's Atlanta, motherfucker. This was 2 weeks before. Well, it snowed and everybody got their birds and shit up. So I get there and they got people's coats laying on these big tables. I said, how do you know whose coat is whose? He said, the tickets is in the pockets. Motherfucker, how the fuck is somebody bring this ticket? I gotta go through 1,000
pockets?
coats
That's
crazy.
and get a goddamn. So I had to I got everybody's furs laying on the ground and everything.
Yeah.
I got them all in order and pin these things. But then I go out front and this security guard is going 987, 988. He's screaming out these. I asked the guys that bought me, I said, what's he doing? I'm telling him, I said, what are the numbers for? He said, 1,000, that's it. I said, what you mean this place is half full? It holds 2,500 people. He said, legal? You see that legal? Does see that legal? And I'm like, hold on. Calm down a little bit. I said, y'all need to go talk to this mother. He said, let somebody in that door. You want to see somebody get locked up? Let somebody in that door.
This is the police security
This
guy.
the police security. Hold on.
During Super Bowl.
Okay.
Hold on. We got 1,000 motherfuckers outside. I'm like, this shit gotta change.
Yeah.
I got everybody from DC. I'm talking about important people that run the municipal shit in DC. So then I'm like, y'all give us a minute. We got to figure out what's going on. These motherfuckers tripping. So then I said, somebody go off that nigga some money.
You ain't supposed to say that.
I said something.
Nah, you need it, bro. You need it, bro, Chris. You need it, bro, Chris. He don't do a lot of podcasts.
I said, somebody go off of that motherfucker some money because this shit.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Somebody gonna figure out what he wants.
Hold on. No. That wasn't it.
Allegedly.
Listen. No, he wouldn't take it.
Oh, wow.
He wouldn't take it.
Oh, wow.
But then I see my man inside 20 minutes later. I said, how you get in? He said, oh, the police taking $200 at the back door.
Shut.
They got their own.
They got their own
So
hustle.
then I go over to the back door. I was like, what the fuck y'all doing? Motherfucker pull his shit out. He said, is there a problem? Then we said, okay, we not paying these motherfuckers at the end. Motherfucker told Renee, he said that was my brother. Cause we like dated him in this, so the building police. He said that was my brother just going. He said, nigga, you want to spend the rest of your weekend? He said, this is Atlanta.
Yeah.
I said, well,
Exactly.
Renee was like, pay that motherfucker.
You learn partnerships real quick.
That was a partnership that I didn't want to have, Shorty.
I want to ask you a question. I want to.
Oh, that's everywhere. That's New Orleans.
Everywhere.
Really?
That's the worst thing about doing out of town.
What?
Because you're not in control. You don't know the people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They know the rules of the city.
And the whole thing is, you got to remember, the police here in New Orleans in Atlanta, they might know Alex.
Yeah.
I'm running into your city. You taking Alex been the way you taking my business.
Alex is paying people, so they like, nah.
So the ironic about this Super Bowl story, that ICE thing.
Yeah.
So this is kind of my first introduction to Alex. I used to come down here for that Friday night party. Used to do at Kaya.
Yeah.
Right. So we down there. I was like, yo, this joint's crazy. You know, everybody in there, Mars, everybody. So I'm like, oh, this joint's crazy. So I was doing business with. My claim to fame was I flipped the corporate into the promoters space, right? So I'd always get funding for my parties from corporations, and then the first dollar at the door was a profit.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't playing nobody.
Okay.
Right? So at this time, Kaya was on fire. Friday night was crazy. So I was peeping the game, went back home, walked into Fubu's office, Damon John. I'm like, yo, Super Bowl's coming. I got a concept. He's like, what's the concept? I was like, I want to go to Atlanta and I want to take over a club. I want to call it Club Fubu. He's like, well, how you just going to call the place Club Fubu? And I was like, I got an idea. So I flew back down here to Kaya. And, you know, back then the young promoters, Alex was a young promoter, they don't have no money to pay for nothing up front. But we always had the bread to pay 6 months in advance. So we buy your whole shit out before you could even get to negotiate your
That's
deal.
where Alex got that concept from.
So what I did was
Crazy.
I came down to Kaya and I was like, how much y'all want for the night? I think they might have told me like what they thought was a big number was like 10 grand for a night. And I said, all right, so 10 grand Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They was like, yeah, 10 grand. I was like, how about I give you 60 and you give me Wednesday and Monday, right? They were like, all right, good. So immediately I got them to sign the contract, lawyer look at it, contract's done.
Yeah.
Nobody in Atlanta knows that I own Kaya for Super Bowl weekend. It's done.
Wow.
So then I start 6 weeks of promo. Club Fubu coming to Atlanta. It's on every radio station. It's running nationally. Club Fubu coming to Atlanta. Everybody in Atlanta is like, yo, where's Club Fubu at? Simplest shit in the world. I built a sign that said Club Fubu. I took down the Kaya sign. I put Club Fubu up there on Wednesday. That motherfucker's on Peachtree. On Thursday, I had the lights on that bitch. And the whole city was talking about Club Fubu. And we killed it. We was making money. We was doing day parties before there was day parties. We was making money from fucking Thursday night till Monday morning.
What?
All turning people around over. So that was my first introduction to Alex, and that's what kind of started our friendly competition. But to what Mark said, you know, we used to always be in the same city throwing parties because we understood we didn't have to fight each other.
Yes.
And we still best friends now.
Yeah.
And we can throw competing parties and be having lunch before the party start.
That's
and
crazy.
laughing while everybody else is, oh, it's Alex against Marc Barnes against Chris Latimer.
And that's everybody else trying to create that whole argument and everything.
Right.
It was enough money out there.
So I want to ask you a question. As a person that doesn't go out that much, because it just feels like you're paying for everything.
Right.
You're paying $100 to park. You're paying to get in. You're paying for the section. You're paying. And by the time you realize, you're like, I spent $2,500 to party for 2 fucking hours. And then you said something, Mark, I had to ask you about, are you the guy that's responsible for the person in the bathroom helping us wash our hands and shit?
Oh, well, that was way back in the day.
I was saying, you said you put them in there.
I put them in there. I was like, you gotta have bathroom attendants. People just, I don't like dirty bathrooms.
Me neither.
Well, that was a quality thing. Like we were, that's the one thing. See, now to your point, right? You have to pay for everything now because there's not really a lot of fly promoters. Like you got kind of like your Curtis Givens in Memphis, you got your Larry Morrows in New Orleans. You know, you got your Mike Gardner, but he's more of a not a personable. Well, he's a very personable person. But his brand is bigger than his name.
I was about to say he's like hospitality.
So Headliner is bigger than
Mark.
Doo-Wop is bigger than Live on Sunday is bigger than Mark Gardner.
Yes.
But Mike Gardner, I'm sorry, but he's starting to get there.
Yeah.
So the problem is when the club owners or the people that were throwing the parties lost their spirit, it was all about the money. So that now you got to gang 3 artists to pack your place to get 3,000 there, right?
Yes.
So you got like Sexy Red, Lotto, and Moneybagg Yo, and that's how you gonna fill the space and hold 3,000 people. Back in the day, people loved us.
Yeah, they just wanted to come.
They loved, they knew me and Mark was like, we competing against each other. He making tokens in essence for his party. I'm making invitations shaped like the House of Blues. You know what I'm saying? People are getting laminates. Their VIP they're getting props for their VIP in the restaurants before the party started.
Yeah.
Right? And we cared about our people so that we knew the money would come. So, you know, we do production. Me and this dude will argue all the time about the levels in the club.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever been to any of his spots, he's about levels. There's like a hierarchy.
And I almost hate it right now. I'm so tired of levels. I want one. I've never had one floor. It's always been
levels.
I mean,
and it's weird where it
levels,
started. And I don't even know if he realized where it started. We used to go in these cities and there was no clubs that would let us. You know, we be doing NBA All-Star, Super Bowl, so they wasn't letting us get the space, too much corporate money. So we have to go in these ballrooms, and they were just these flat, nasty spaces with the DJ at one level.
Yeah.
And then we started putting risers up and and creating like VIP sections at certain levels. So almost there was like a hierarchy in the room. So like if dude walked in with the bad chicks, he could be up over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't at this level. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that kind of changed the whole club scene. But then, you know, he's a club owner. So then that level thing went to outer space. He's the grand master of that, to where Park is floors of levels, right? So it went from flat spaces of levels.
Ray, you never went to Dream?
Nah. Dream out here?
No, DC.
Nah.
All these dreams everywhere else came after.
Yes.
The real dream. The true dream. The dream in New York, the dream everywhere else came after the real dream. We used to do 8,000 people a night.
What? So let me ask you. So, like, if you from a grand scale, it feels like I was in New York. They said New York has no more nightclubs. Like Atlanta has no more. It's a few, but like it's few and far in between. Where there was like nightclubs everywhere. What is going on with nightlife now? Where because it feels like it's past the people. It feels like it's an economic thing.
So people are being entertained by cell phones. People. Where you kind of, like, it's killing restaurants too.
Yeah.
All this Uber Eats and stuff. I can go to this restaurant, I can get dressed, I can do all this stuff. And there's a lot more to it now. You're going to spend $2,500 on an outfit? That's what they spend on an outfit. I look at these outfits, you know, $1,200 tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Back in the day, at least your gold chain kept going outfit to outfit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's you gotta have a new pair of tennis shoes. You gotta have a new fresh shirt. You better not wear that, motherfucker.
Hell no.
Again, you can't even wear it from city to city because this Instagram is gonna kill you.
I saw that shirt. Yep. I was gonna
You
say.
see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
you done had that
Post and
before.
delete.
Like,
You better post and delete.
And I think it's been greed too, right? Because like when they say bottle service destroyed nightlife, you gotta look a little deeper than that. What bottle service allowed was the motherfucker that could never get in the club to buy his way in.
Yes.
The corny
Yes.
motherfucker to buy his way in. The dude that you knew was gonna set it off. bought his way in,
Yep.
or his man bought his way in, you know?
Yeah.
And what that did, it eliminated the doorman, right? Because when you used to go to Nell's or any fly spots, I mean, even
The doorman.
112 down
No
here.
more doorman.
At doorman's discretion.
I deleted the doorman when I started the cut line. Now the cut line at the Ritz.
Right.
So I go there and I got Spoon in them. You know, they running the door. Spoon in them. That's that shit. That's that.
Yeah.
And I'm like to my man. I was like, what they doing? And then he said, oh, I had the same problem here.
Yeah.
At Tongue and Groove.
So
with the security.
mind you, Spoon had nothing to do with the party. He wasn't a promoter or nothing. He manipulated the cut line.
Yeah.
So he was outside of your money,
Yes.
making 200, 100 a man by having a plug with the security and letting them bypass you. So conceptually, it was like you were still getting your money.
Yeah.
Well, Spoon was running security at the Ritz back then. That was 30 years ago.
Yes.
And then, he just kept elevating himself all the way up.
Right, to where he was just the cut line man.
No, not the cut line man. Spoon was, ran all the security for everybody.
Oh yeah, but he was probably telling security, hey, if they want to pay a little bit more than the normal fee, that money comes in the pot.
He was the motherfucker that ran every city. You was good everywhere.
But
Gotcha.
you could use it to your advantage too,
Yeah.
right? Because when I used to do Cancun, like the cats was paying to cut the line was insane.
Yeah.
Right? But I'd give my security a base.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So kind of how I became national Chris Latimer off of Cancun was I would go into cities like Chicago and find the biggest goon squad of security and be like, yo, I like the way you handle yourself. You want to come to Cancun? I was like, I'll pay you $3,000 for the week, but you're going to make another $5,000. Because I ain't worried about the cut money. Because we was charging so much money to get in. And we had so many international ballers at our parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cats would walk up and be like, how many you got? I got 20, 200 a person. Cool.
4,000 right there.
Hold
Right?
on.
That's
Yeah,
I need you to get a little bit deeper on Cancun. There's a lot of people that really don't understand what was going on, the impact of what that was, and what it led to afterwards. That was huge.
Yeah, they said
just
you,
for the record.
I'm about to say they said you were the first guy to make people get on planes, buy hotels, plan vacations just to come party with you.
With felonies.
With felonies.
With felonies. Shout out to Lou Tuck.
That's unfair. There was a few cats with felonies. Everybody now had felonies. I'll get 2 seconds.
Okay.
Let me just handle the little
sure.
how the club business changed to answer your question. So I think when you removed the doorman, they decided the quality that went in the club. That's why when we used to go to Nell's on Sundays, it was always the right crowd. It was perfect.
Yes.
It was perfect all the time because somebody was outside curating it. But once a guy could buy his way in, and then that greed of bottle service money ended up destroying how the nightclubs went. So now the clubs went from this big to smaller lounges, because it was in New York I'm talking about, to smaller lounges because of the bottle service stuff, to eventually, because nobody was curating it, and it was just anybody with money coming in, then you started losing the fly chicks.
And that's what happened, but didn't nobody care what they had to pay. They didn't want to be in line, first of all. I'm not going to be one of these clowns. Like, you couldn't walk up with a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And then go
Go
get
in line. Oh, no, she
Get in line,
leaving.
She wasn't going to be your bitch by the time
I was
she
saying
came
she
back
leaving.
on.
Somebody
She
gonna
going to
walk
be
in.
at the bottle service. They going to do like this.
Yes.
Come on over here. And she going to let your hand go.
You can't hang out the bar no more. Yeah.
Or somebody, next week, she was going to be in somebody else's section.
Yes.
She wasn't going to be with, I'm not going with club
Yes.
with you, nigga. I'm not get's in line.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck are
that's
you doing?
facts.
But what happened, when I opened Dream, and that's when clubs were, the jerseys came out. And
2000, 2001.
Hold on. What did the jerseys do? I want to know what the jerseys did. What happened? I want to know.
Every club had a thing. You would come in, no jerseys and no hats.
No jersey, but the jerseys, then this is what I try to explain to people now. Even now, my dress code is execution of style. And I got that one day. One of my mans was fly as a motherfucker. He was out front, and he called me and said they won't let me in. I said, nigga, you the flyest nigga in the city. What the fuck you mean they won't let you in? He said, I said, what you got on? He said,
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about YKTV Magazine, which is the #1 magazine for prison entertainment. These prisoners are sitting in jail. They have nothing to do but read these magazines and read your ads, buy your music, support your business, anything that you can do that's online commerce. They already have published over 140 magazines with 36 major artists that have covered it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to advertise this magazine and get directly to an audience that you know has the time and the money to spend. Info at the bottom, info at the God Show. Holla at us, whether you're an artist, producer, whoever you are. We can help you with your business. Holla at us to get to YKTV.
I got a seersucker suit on, but I got tennis shoes and a t-shirt underneath. So I'm on my way down. I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'm like, this nigga fly always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get downstairs. I'm going past, and I got this bum. Motherfucker got a suit hanging off below his thing. He got a spaghetti stain. He's just dirty. He really is a bum. And this nigga's in the club, and I'm like, how the fuck he get? I said, you let this nigga in, because I grabbed this nigga. I said, come here. I said, how the fuck did he get in?
You gotta bring an example with him.
Hold on. You mean to tell me you grabbed the
Oh, I
bag?
grabbed this nigga, but that's, you don't know, Ray. I'm not having none of that.
Yeah, he's different.
I'm not having that.
Oh, no, he's
so I
different.
grabbed this nigga, and I bring him out. I said, how this motherfucker get in? And you like this. You said no tennis shoes. I said, nigga, are you the dumbest? I said, but you know what? I said, we got to change this whole dress code thing, because you can't say no t-shirts, no tennis shoes. I said, because this fly ass niggas that wear t-shirts, they done greased the body up, they done pressed the t-shirt, they look good as a motherfucker.
Right.
But then there's clown niggas that got on a suit or some clown wear, and they done passed dress code, and you got this nigga in, and you got real niggas outside.
Yes.
So I said,
But see, he proved the point, right? Because listen to what he's saying. What he's really saying is, when I say no whites and no sneakers, then it kind of opens it up. But when
Right.
you got a person out front curating your shit, saying you can't come in,
Right.
now you ain't got to worry about
right
some
about that.
cat coming to you. Yo, he got a baseball hat on. Nah,
Right,
you just,
right.
you wasn't selected,
right.
Basically.
Right.
because you don't represent what we trying to do.
And that's what. So when I opened the park, I had love still. And you know, I had the big black crowd over at the park. So I brought the white boy in from Vegas, and I said, we're gonna tell everybody you own the park. And he bought all the greatest white people ever in that motherfucker. Except I thought my bartenders and everybody was stealing my money. I said, where's the money at?
Pre-gaming.
I said,
Oh, I
no,
want to hear
they
about
ain't
this.
even
Go. I
pregame.
want to hear about this.
They doing drugs. They not doing.
So when white people party,
Drinking.
they're doing drugs.
They
They're
doing
not
drugs.
drinking.
They doing drugs.
I never knew that.
My bathrooms is constantly full. and Ray, you don't know me, but I ain't had a drink in 40. I ain't had a drink in 40. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't know 10 words to any song, and I ain't got no rhythm.
Yes.
Okay? It ain't no reason that I should be in there.
Lou Tucker's friend.
Okay. That's when people come and work for me, I say, you want to work for white Mark or black Mark? Because my mama's white, my daddy's black.
Okay. Tell me the difference between white mark and black mark.
So I say, white Mark gonna talk to you like this always, but you'll get a pink slip when you fuck up. I said, black Mark is gonna motherfuck you, cuss you out,
Call
up
you
one star,
shorty.
every motherfucking thing, but you gonna have a job. I said, so you tell me. Only ever had one person say, I want to work for white Mark. And they said, because I promise you, I don't fuck up. And they didn't. So they don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you getting motherfucked, you getting cussed out.
It's kind of part of the nature when you're a party promoter. Like you got to.
But no, that's not even the nature of party promoter. It's the nature for dummies.
Right.
Motherfucker, if you getting cussed out, you just doing dumb shit. Because you got to get past level 4 to get cussed out.
Yes.
That means you just keep doing stupid, no common sense shit.
It's so crazy just hearing him talk, right? Because it goes back to the problem without him connecting it to the problem,
Yeah.
right? Because I bought real estate in your club. That's what these motherfuckers think with these tables.
Yes.
Right. So now I could do what I want. I could bring who I want. Come to. It's almost like I'm in Park.
Yeah.
Come to my room in Park.
Yeah.
I don't care how you dress. I don't care who you with. I don't care how fucked up your hair looks. Come to my room in Park. And what it did was, by the club owners being so greedy, it just changed the dynamic of the sexiness in the clubs. Because how you gonna tell the motherfucker that come and spend $4,000 with you every week who he could bring in the club or not?
That's real.
I'll never forget. These motherfuckers came up to my door. I had a place called Republic Gardens.
A place.
What's that? 14th Avenue?
It's 14th and U.
14th and U. How about
So Republic Gardens wasn't a place. Republic Gardens was heaven for cats up and down the Northeast because it was the only place on the East Coast where you could find a bad chick from Howard and Maryland mixed in with DC cats.
Everybody, I found my wife. These kids, it's because of you.
And chicks with degrees and all the rest of that. But everybody walked in the space because it was Marc, and they just let loose. So it was like incredible fun, and women buying drinks for you if you was fly and all that. But at the same time, it was just like organized chaos of just fly motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's fire.
literally Lou would be like, yo, Marc's got blah, blah, blah at Republic Garden.
We there.
And we be out.
We there.
And so another thing about Marc, and I don't want to ride him too much, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Without a helmet.
Give him his credit. Give him his credit. Without a helmet. Yeah,
without a helmet.
He like it now. Now he like it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But another thing about Marc is when he was a promoter, he was the first promoter that made us drive to his parties. Now, back in the day, when we used to run the streets, we hung out. We were straight guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, it's like straight up and down, working class, fly niggas. But we hung out with a lot of hustlers because we was fly niggas and they was fly niggas too. So the hustlers would drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? But they would wait for us to kind of tell them like, yo, what's the spot? You understand what I'm saying? So I remember Marc had this party at the post office pavilion in DC.
Yeah, it's now, it was Trump Hotel, and now it's the Waldorf Astoria.
Right, but it was the post office pavilion at the time.
You talking about Blossoms?
Yes. And Lou was like, yo, Marc is doing that.
Lou, Breon, everybody.
Yo, so literally, no, real shit. Literally, we went down there 100 cars deep. I know the state police in every state we passed didn't know what the hell was going on because it was fly cars and it was all going 100 miles an hour. So if you had to really, ain't no cop at 8 o'clock figuring out who he gonna stop with 100 cars coming at him.
Exactly.
And that's how we get down there. We get down there and then, the crazy thing that I think about so dumb now that I'm older is we wouldn't get no hotels. We would like come down there, party, and then go back at 4. Like we go eat in Georgetown, 100 deep, and then drive back. That wasn't us. That was the hustlers. Because they wasn't comfortable out of their territory. So they would we would literally turn back around and go back. So what I say about Marc is he was one of the, everybody says, oh, I'm the international destination guy because of Cancun. He was the first cat that made us leave where we were at and what we normally were doing to go to another city specifically for a party.
That's
and
crazy.
go home.
That's crazy.
Which is some game changing stuff.
What I was trying to tell y'all about, I forgot how what happened with Republic, but with the white people, when I brought them into Park, I couldn't figure out where my money was. It was like 2,000 people doing 40, 45,000, maybe 50,000. And I was doing Dream and Love, so then we brought all my guys in and we did Thursday night. And we said, we're gonna do Black Thursday. Well, like they say, once you go black, you don't go back. And that's all these white clubs, that's everybody, everywhere. That's the restaurants. That's what happened. What was the steakhouse before Liv that Mike and them was at?
Forge.
That's what
Forge on Sunday.
You get that money.
So he started us traveling, right, to cities, and then Mike Gardner and Louis Oliver kind of took it to outer space. Because then we would go down to Miami specifically for what they were doing that weekend. And I'm so glad he brought up Mike Gardner and in the midst of this discussion of white patrons at the business, right? Because, you know, when you think about like Live on Sundays, right? I think, and all black people need to hear this, you know, I think the biggest crime in the history of the club business is how Fountain Blue opened up that resort in Las Vegas and almost racially don't do Live on Sundays with Mike Gardner, right? I mean, cats don't know it because nobody says it, but like he doesn't do Live on Sundays, and that Fountain Blue is almost there because the 13-year run of Live on Sunday breaking bottle records in Miami. Yeah. That's what built Grutman up and all the rest of these cats to be who they are, was that one night there, right? And now they open up this big resort in Las Vegas, and they still got hip hop artists in there, but it's not Live on Sunday.
And I'm about to say, they lose they pay $8,000 a day to use the word Fountain Blue in front of to use the word Fountain Blue in front of the hotel, and they're losing so much money. And now I know why. Right. Because it's not because it's off the strip, but it's not connected to. Connectivity is important.
They went on brand.
They kind of just was like, let's make McDonald's, but in this McDonald's we'll sell hot wings. It's like, nah. Nigga.
Right.
We go to McDonald's. We know what Fountain Blue is. Live on like why, and that's a good reason.
To me, I really, I just think that's like the divine power of God, and maybe bringing him into the club business is a little tricky.
For sure.
But they didn't do Mike right, and now this is the hand they dealt.
Yep.
And then they're gonna circle back and try to bring him back in on Live on Sunday. But I just think our people need to be conscious of that. So when they go to any of those spots, well, like I mean, out in Vegas, they need to be conscious of the fact if they're patronizing that without Mike
the United States, there's no dollar, and I don't think we realize how powerful our dollar is.
Yep, I agree.
These places ain't making it, and that is. Back in the day, that's now, even me, when I tried to, I didn't want to cannibalize. I didn't want to take what I had over at Love and just bring it over to Park and say, fuck Love.
Exactly.
Because Love was still doing this thing. It was still big and everything. But there's no money like that black money. So I switched my Friday night where I was doing 40 to 45 to go to black. The second week I was there, that I switched it to black, I was at 70. Then I went to 80.
Instead of 45,000 for 2,000 white people. Oh, wow.
Then I went to 80.
Double.
Then I went to 90. It capped out at 135,000.
He pays his taxes. That's why you get most black cats
when you say
on the
number loud. I was thinking of something. I was like, he legit is a motherfucker because he's saying money back.
He pays his taxes.
I love that.
You learned his lesson.
No. I always report them.
You ain't got to respond to that. They can't see him.
I always reported them. That's what I try to tell people. You can't go to jail for not paying them. You can go to jail for not reporting them.
Stay where you at. Let's not have a tax conversation.
But anyway.
And I mean, and another thing that I kind of want to add with this whole nightlife and people going out thing is like, when you guys go, I don't know if any of you guys been to these white festivals or what have you, and they got all these corporate sponsors, right? So all these corporations are meeting these white people where they think they're at in their place of celebration.
Yes.
And then you come to our shit and there's none.
Yes.
Right? Like cats, if you spending $2,000 a month with Amazon, they should be meeting you in your happy place. If that's the brunch that you go to with your lady, if that's at Park, if that's the Essence Festival, like we gotta start forcing their hand to meet us in the happy places, right?
Yeah.
Because times is hard, right?
That's real.
And when you do get your time to go have that special moment with your lady or your boys, these corporations that you spend so much money with should be showing up.
Yep.
They should be there,
yep.
right?
Agreed.
But they all think, we swiping, so they're gonna meet us there. Ain't nothing personal about you meeting me on social media.
Yes.
Because everybody's trying to meet me there. But if you meet me at Park, on a Friday, because I love sold out dates Fridays when Mark do it, and I come show up at that spot.
I know about that party.
If I come to that spot and I like that joint, I need you to meet me there. And it's not just liquor companies, right? Or even with women, right? Women right now with this whole brunch thing, right?
Yes.
Like, have changed the dynamic. Black women have changed the dynamic.
brunch saved me.
Right.
I just want you to know that.
Explain that.
So for
Hold that,
for
hold that.
Yes.
They kind of changed the dynamic of how, and in some places it's a mandatory thing, right?
Yeah.
Like places like Oakland where the crime is crazy, right? So you can only go out to a certain, you ain't people ain't out after dark.
Yeah, for sure.
So the innovative black woman is coming, they do brunch, they go to For the Culture and spots like that out there, and they have their brunch, Atlanta, I got a call 2 years ago, somebody trying to get me out of retirement. They like, yo, Lat, they making $5 million a year off breakfast in Atlanta. You need to come down here and open up a spot. What? And I'm like, that ain't really my thing. That's my man's thing. Yeah. But if you think about it, when the crime, I don't know, was it the All-Star game or the Super Bowl when crime got a little identified in Atlanta? When the cars was on the bricks and all that.
It was Super Bowl. Because isn't Super Bowl where the guys, the murder happened? Because isn't that the Ray Lewis thing?
No.
That was the Olympics. That was the Olympics.
That
was the Super Bowl.
No, it's not the Ray Lewis
Because
thing.
that happened the night after the motherfuckers got me in that municipal building.
That wasn't not the Ray Lewis thing. This was like in the past 3 or 4 years where cats started
that's the pandemic time. That was when
a little shook about the crime in Atlanta.
That happened.
And what
pandemic.
What that did in following cats home and all that, that changed the dynamic to see. I don't even know if cats really cipher. And me and him deep dive into this shit. We talk about it all the time. But that crime has changed the dynamic of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And kind of made places like Barney's, what's it called?
Breakfast at Barney's.
Breakfast at Barney's and all these places exist, right?
Yeah.
And to me it's dope, right? Because a black woman that got her girlfriends that want to have a good time, ain't got to worry about walking to some club where some niggas bought the table, bought their real estate, acting like shit. She can go out with her girls. She could have a meal. They could have their celebration. They could drink and go home, right? Why ain't Tide sponsoring Breakfast at Barney's?
They should be.
Why ain't Tide there?
How
much money black people spend with Tide? Why ain't you meeting us at our happy place? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to touch on that because I think like we need to start holding these brands accountable and stop shopping with them if they ain't meeting. At least meet us in our happy place.
Because investing in our happy place makes our happy place stay around longer. That's I never thought about that.
And bigger than that, our happy place adds years to our life, which adds more money to your bottom line the longer we live. Meet us there and help us create those happy places.
But this is what you got to remember about that. Like, you don't always got to threaten them that we're not going to buy. All you got to do is educate them. Because, see, they don't know that a person at brunch is paying attention to whatever's on the TV, whatever's sitting in front of them. Like, it's not a room full of everything you can't see.
Yeah.
I have to teach sponsors all the time. Your sponsorship can't go in the front of the bar because you can't see it 10 minutes after the party starts.
Right.
It's got to go up top of the ceiling. Like, people don't understand. The reason I got carpet in my place is because it sells twice as much. There's no dance floor. There's no hardwood. There's no concrete. There's no what. You know why? Because women can stand up twice as long on carpet as they can concrete and that. So they don't got to leave.
Yo, this is, I ain't gonna lie. This is a master shit right now.
Listen,
Lou.
Masterclass on Nightlife and clubs.
Y'all can rip. Y'all.
The longer the women stay, the longer the men stay.
I gotta
The more money spent.
I gotta stop. You guys are fucking my head up, and and that's hard because I'm like I think.
But I had to go to Vegas to learn how to clean carpet because carpet stinks. What happened to your laundry when you don't dry it? It stinks.
Yes.
So if you wash carpet, you gotta blow it dry.
You gotta blow it dry.
That's why they got them blowers on. Like there's so many things that you gotta understand about this stuff. And I was flying out to Vegas. I was like, how these motherfuckers?
You see this, right?
Yeah,
this is our normal life.
What?
We sit down in front of park for 2 hours and have these conversations.
Right,
and he always leads me to another place. Real quick, real quick to that carpet shit. Now that brings us to another place, right? New black-owned restaurants and establishments. Why these motherfuckers don't last? Because y'all trying to get straight to the bottle service instead of trying to get an A on your motherfucking window and let people come there for your food and your fucking service. Right? Now, what happens when you ain't that patient? What happens to your spot is exactly what Marc is saying. Your shit smells fucked up because at night, all that shit dripping on the carpet, people being sick, and the fucking carpet smelling disgusting, and now nobody wants to go to your place at all. No, I'm sorry.
No, but I gotta stop something. I gotta say something. As a person, I like spending money. Like it's like when we was in a restaurant in LA, like it was our restaurant. Like
Right.
we don't mind that shit. Like I love that. And this is my first time talking to like party promoters, club owners, how much y'all care. Now I understand why you are the number one guy, and I understand why you are the number one guy, because y'all give. So for me, it's impressive because that's how I try to run my business. It's like people don't understand we're all in the service and hospitality business, no matter what we sell.
Yep.
We all in this, and I'm listening to y'all talking, and I have so much respect because it's like, wow, who the fuck thinks like that?
Okay, this is the key to any business.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it, and this is what I try to explain to everybody. Half-assing a product is never ever going to make you money. Okay, so let me explain to you.
Say that. I want my team to listen. Everybody listen right now. Go ahead, Mark. Everybody to hear this.
But this is the most important thing you'll ever learn.
Yeah.
If I say to you, I want you to bring me a penny every day for the next 30 days, but every day I want you to double that penny.
That's my thing.
1 cent, 2 cent, 4 cent, 8 cent, 16. At the end of 30 days,
5.3.
if you can bring me that penny doubled every day on time, I'll give you $1 million. Would you do that?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because I know it's 5.3 million.
It's not. It's 10,737,000.
Wait.
The last day is 5.3 million, but
If you go-
every
if you
day
press it again.
before that,
Okay, got you.
you have doubled that
doubled
money.
it.
Because the way I
You
do it, I
doubled that
start
money.
at 1 cent, 1, 2, and when you get to 30, it's 5 point. But if you double it to 1 cent,
No, you're not doubling.
That's
if
what I know,
you
you're
add
right.
all of those up,
yeah,
they equal to 10,700,000. So just imagine this. If you doubled the amount of people every day, not every day, every month for 30 months, the same exact equation.
brother.
How many people is it?
Oh, you're a billionaire. I mean, you
Okay, no, it's not. It's the same thing. 1 month, 1 penny. 1 day, 1 penny.
yes.
2 months, 2 pennies, 2 days. Same exact equation.
So you start. So
1.3 million people.
No.
no, that's
It's not.
10.7.
It's not.
It's 10.7. But you saying do
No,
it?
no, it's not. It's not 10.7.
No, for 1 month it's
It's a
10.7.
billion because you equal people to pennies, not to dollars. And then $10 million is a billion pennies. So you'd have a billion customers. So I say to my people all the time, why don't we have a billion customers? Because we do everything right. We spend the money. We do all this. Well, right now, if you see me go do something nice, and they say, oh my God, that's a nice guy. He did something good. But if you see a motherfucker that owe me 10,000 and you see me go beat the shit out of that motherfucker, you're going to have your phone up before I finish that and texting it out. And you're going to text it out to not 2 people, to 10 people.
Yeah.
That's why quicker than you go up, you can come down.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so my whole point is when you walk into my place, I got 170 employees. I only need one of them to fuck up for you not to come. Like I try to tell women, I say, how many times your man got to fuck up for? And everyone want to say 1, but they say, okay, I'll give him 2. You know what I'm saying? I say, you love your man more than you love this restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So you stop coming here if somebody fucks this up.
Yeah.
But let's say I got 170, and this is back to Chris's point. Let's say I got 170 great employees. They do everything right. It's not them. It's the man that let the motherfucking idiots inside. And you sitting there with your girl or something, he like, damn, look at that bitch. This, that, and other. We don't want them in there.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So the one great thing though I like, the one great thing I love about right now is like what we're really saying, like all the mathematics and the master class and everything, it all kinds of ties itself to vibrations in music, right? So that's why what you see
Go
what's
ahead.
happening right now in real time is R&B music is talking to the kids, right? You got the doo-wop party, you got
Yep.
R&B basement in DC. You
Yeah,
got
R&B Wednesdays out here.
Live, R&B, right. So
It's not.
So what it's doing is kind of connecting the kids and kind of bringing them back to a place.
It's not.
The prop of 150%.
No, hold on, go ahead, finish what you saying.
I want to both sides. I gotta fight you right now. I gotta fight you right now.
150,
Hold on. It is
150.
cool as fuck.
100.
But if you put on one of them R&B songs and you put on Sexy Red, nigga, when I don't care who I turn on Sexy
You ain't
Red, let me
they
fin-
go
he ain't
crazy. He ain't let me finish
I
it.
gotta love Sexy
Yo,
Red, I'm gonna tell you.
Shout out to my man Stan. You know, yo, listen. My point is, to his point is like, yeah, it's disturbance in the event party space right now, and it's cats that's just making money and don't care about you. But I'm saying there's a resurgence in the youth right now with R&B music, with all these sing-alongs and all this stuff is kind of turning them back because sonically it just makes you feel better.
Yes.
So let me just finish my point.
It's y'all show. I like it. Go ahead. I love it.
But no, so sonically, what's more? I mean, anybody in this room right now, tell me, what's more beautiful than 200 bad women singing Keisha Cole's and everything stops in the club in silence for 2 minutes?
Nothing is better than that.
So what is that doing? What is that doing to the 300 clowns that's watching it?
That makes them want to either be a part of it or feel like that's the wave. Like, I want to be that.
Right. So there's an underbelly that can potentially change this game.
Yeah.
The problem is the greedy niggas gonna be patient enough for it to happen? Are they gonna be patient enough to put gasoline on it? And don't get me wrong, because listen, Alex, Chris Brown, Money Long, doo-wop in the Dome, that ain't Alex, but he gave it a shot, and they was singing, and there was 2,200 people in there, and I hope he got the message, but like that's the game changer. See, he don't have to worry about that type of shit because he establishes a level of class when you walk in the park, but it's gonna give him, it's creating a new base of customers for him that's 22 years old right now, that's gonna be spending money in park at 33 to 43 for the next 10 years.
You know
Agree.
who-
You
know-
actually, he's right about that.
You
I'm
know
gonna
who
go
I hate more than anybody?
Who?
DJs. I wanted to.
DJs, let's go. I love this thing. I'm glad you brought it. I love it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, but you know I wanted to say.
I'm glad you brought him, Chris.
Thank you, Lou. I wanted to say these nuts when you said who. Okay? I just wanted to say that. Okay. All right, but hold on. But
Yo, don't say that other one. I don't hear that.
hold on. I hate DJs because they should own the place. I'm so fucked up with clown ass DJs that don't have a following. Tia, first of all, I'm so fucked up with black DJs. How the fuck is
Mike. I want to go, Mark, go.
I need a headlight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark wanted to be in your living room.
Okay. I'm so fucked up. You got Tiesto and Ghetto.
Black Coffee.
Okay, but these motherfuckers in there ain't doing nothing but for hours because they on drugs.
Yes. I like you. I like you, bro. I like you, bro.
That's it.
I love you, bro.
Like, because they on drugs.
Yeah.
But these black DJs, so I had a tacit dream. I had a international promoter, and I said, you know, people don't like this shit, right?
Yeah.
I said, this is roach spray for black people.
Hold on, be specific. You talking about Afrobeats?
No, I'm talking about techno, EDM.
EDM. Okay, yeah.
I said, that's roach spray. Ain't no black people coming around this shit to listen to this shit. You can look at it. I said, and that's the only reason white people got it going. That's why they love it, because black people ain't coming around. Ooh. They don't really want to be around. I thought, first of all, clubs was black and white.
Yeah.
Hold on, before you go there, let's a little deeper than that too, because there's so many different beats in EDM, you can't technically be off beat. So that's really, that's why I like it. That's why white people like it. That's why.
Okay, but we're gonna hold on. We're gonna go back. Let's go back.
As y'all see, we scientists about this shit.
Give us a sign. Let's go.
But hold on. So then I said, okay, we got all white. I said, I'm gonna give you the main floor, and then I'm gonna play hip hop. And it's only gonna be white people in here, and let's see where they resonate to. And all the white people went to the R&B and hip hop. They didn't want to hear the EDM no more, because they was right next to each other, and they all wanted to hear that. They don't really. There's some good EDM. Okay, there's some great songs and stuff, and they become more so, and this is also coming from somebody who don't have no rhythm. Okay?
Forgot you said that. Let's go.
Okay, this is
Which is crazy because he hates the only music that he could dance to.
Right.
Which is crazy, isn't it? But it's the mind of Marc Barnes.
But my point is this, is that music is so amazing.
Yeah.
And artists should be given the credit that they really deserve.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you, I don't think people understand to be an artist that comes back with song after song after song.
What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sy. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
and we're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word gods, and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com, and we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
And stay in this
Stay
game.
in your lane.
But DJs, they've done all the work for you. They created it.
Yeah.
Now all you gotta do is play it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're a great DJ, let's say you play a song. How long does the DJ play a song? To me, it's not even a minute. It's 30 seconds.
It's about 45 seconds.
If
Yep.
it's SNS, it's 15 seconds.
Okay, no, that Kid Capri is 6 seconds.
Kid Capri is 6 seconds. Stop it.
Nobody
I
plays.
love Kid Capri, y'all.
Nobody-
I love Kid Capri. That's
Nobody
my thing.
plays records faster than SNS. I don't care what
No,
nobody.
like Kid Capri
when you
kills
stop
pretty
it,
quick.
Kid
You
Capri
stop
is
it.
quick.
SNS be in and out. He be in and out of records.
Okay.
SNS is the king.
But look at how many hits SNS and Kid Capri can play.
Right.
Okay. Now if they would just slow it down and take some advice from somebody else, you can't.
He's building a doo-wop. He's building a doo-wop right now.
But my whole point is, if you're only playing for 30 seconds and you play for 3 hours, that's 120 songs a minute. That's 400
an hour.
120 songs an hour and 360 songs all total. If you can't find 360 songs to make niggas just like fall on their floor, because there's millions of great songs.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And that's your job, to get in that room and study. Instead of getting $500 or $1,000, you could be getting 10, 20, 30, 40,000 if you study this.
But you said something that I think is very important.
You're not.
See, now Ray's excited.
No.
Go.
Because you said something that was important. You said, why don't the DJs have a following? And that is something that DJs in our world don't do. Like Kid Capri does
Well,
it,
can I say
SNS
something?
does it, but like the newer DJs are just trying to get the $500.
Can I say something controversial?
Please, just the couch for it.
All right.
It's the couch for it.
Now, let me lay it out a little bit. This ain't a disclaimer, but before I say this, I want to let cats know that I have a real life being in Atlanta.
Let's go.
Used to own stores, Max Cab Company. Was a partner in the Hip Hop Cafe with Lou on Memorial Drive. I have real legs here. Did this So Def weekend, the first one out here.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I got some real legs down here besides Brand Nubians. Did Nas with Shaka down here at Atlanta Live. I'm the one that threw Puffy's birthday party at the Atlanta Live with the band out front. That was me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I got some real legs out here. So now I can say what I'm about to say.
But you're a black legend regardless.
No, I don't need
Talk
all
your
that.
shit.
Let me say
I'll
what I'm
give it
gonna
to
say.
you. Take that shit.
All right?
Let's go.
ATL fucked up DJs.
Can I say something? Can
No,
I say
Rick. Hold it, Rick. Hold it, Rick. I want him to go on that. I will save it.
I agree with him. That's all
That's
I'm
all I'm saying.
Keep going.
Tell me why.
When the culture shifted and the music started coming from the A, when we used to come down here, it was, the strip club thing was something different for us. Like
Yep.
up our way, we only had
Real
like
different.
Sue's Rendezvous, and then other strip clubs were like white strip clubs.
Yep.
So coming down here, the culture was crazy.
Yes.
Right? And we loved it, and we went, and it's because we're all the fly. This is what we had to do. We
Yeah.
had to eat chicken wings and get grease on asses and
Yeah.
tip and drink, right? But the DJs in the strip clubs weren't DJs.
Okay.
They were
Announcement.
orchestrators for the strippers.
Okay.
So when we were in there feeding music for them, they started with the mumbling shit. Oh yeah, right now you with chocolate right now. There's new joint there, and they play the record, right? Now I'm gonna say some crazy shit right here.
Say more.
That a person that my man even might get tight at me, but I'm gonna say it. I seen the strip club DJ change the way DJ Clue introduced records on the radio. And I don't even think he notices it. Clue used to go, it's Cluminati! And he used to be into the joint. Now he do that mumble shit, yo, it's DJ Clue. Right? So that's one part of it, how they bought in the record. Then the next thing, the record that they played, they started playing it short too, right? Because the next record is a new tip.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Then also in that environment, all our ears, all the fly guys, there was no blending no more.
Yes.
We didn't have a need for Kid Capri, SNS, Ty Boogie,
But see, the
Mars, all the rest of
Yep.
these cats. Because now we are stop music, next record.
Slam-
Stop music,
slam
next
records.
record. Stop
Talking
music.
between
so
the
then,
stop-
right.
Yep.
So now what does that do when you at the tables, right? Back in the day, the table was like where your liquor was because you didn't want to stop the party and go to the bar. You understand what I'm saying? So we would put and tables been around forever, so cats can stop that shit from supper club. Black folks, juke joints in the South and supper clubs was always tables.
Yes.
Even the discos back in the day had mad fucking tables. So
Yep.
people can stop the table
Did
shit.
they?
No question.
The discos?
And then I could even your culture right now, I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh no, all those big Studio 2000, all them joints had big booths. You've seen it.
Yes.
Go look at
Documentary,
John
yeah,
Travolta.
yeah.
What's the
Right.
joint?
Okay.
Saturday Night
Saturday
Fever,
Night.
yeah.
Go see it. They all coming out of booths. They go dance. They go back,
Back to the booth.
Right.
Scarface, same shit. Remember they
Right,
Franken them was in the
exactly.
booth
But
with
they
the
wasn't bottle service tables. What
Of course
they
they
were,
was. Now, let me break
they,
that
They
down.
were. Oh no.
See,
They were. I'm gonna bring you these drinks. There were cocktailers that used to come to your table. It wasn't. I'm going to buy a
All right,
whole
let me-
fucking
can I
bottle.
get you there?
You can get me there.
Because bottle service, as we know it right now in the hip hop world, was really started right now by club owners in New York.
No. It was
Listen
the
to me
bottle
for
service came
once.
from
Let
Europe.
me tell you once. I'm talking about as we know it today. As
yeah.
we know it today.
Oh, yeah.
It
China
was
Club.
club owners in New York, and how it really started was the Puerto Ricans used to have setups. When the Puerto Ricans used to come in the clubs, they used to have big, because you brought your family. So they'd have big round tables with white tablecloths,
Yep.
and they'd
You
get
sure
a
they
setup.
wasn't pink and blue?
And they get a setup, and what the setup would be like Bacardi, Johnny Walker Red, and then they'd have all their mixes around the table. The idea was that the DJs and the bands were so on fire, you didn't want to wait at the bar.
Yes.
So you came, it was almost like a cooler at a cookout.
Yeah.
You come, you get your drink, your next song come on, boom, you right on the dance floor. You dancing with your girl, you tell your man, and you done,
Yep.
the dance floor's right there. So then the greedy club owners in New York started bringing that thought pattern to the table. Now, like Mark said, what it used to be was a cocktail waitress would come and bring you shit.
It was a great cocktail waitress, you know what I'm saying?
But then once they seen that, they started introducing it into the black clubs and the black nights and the white nights.
Yeah.
And then that's what grew into the bottle service that you know right now. But technically,
well, you know, that's what happened. Puff and them, all of them, they was going to places where the white people was in Europe, and they started all this bottle service stuff, and then they came, and it wasn't, I guess you can say, yeah, it was all of them. It was Puff, Russell, Andre, they started seeing all this stuff. When I opened Dream, I didn't give a fuck about bottle service, and I didn't even realize that was it. And what it did to the girls that ran it, They was the most powerful motherfuckers in the whole
Listen,
world.
I respect your crew, man. See, Mark used to work for Uptown Records. Cats
Yes.
ain't know that. He used to,
Okay,
he used to
okay.
promote records, and then also a little history.
I see Lou. Now I see why
you know,
Lou
Lou is 150% our 150% connection to Uptown Records. Both of us,
Yeah.
both of us, right?
I hired Mark.
Like one
Nigga
thing.
Lou.
Nobody can see it.
I told you I was voting for you. This is your boss.
But we were so dope at what we did that we connected to the music business because a lot of people don't know this. Probably gonna blow your shit too. I was the first black person that Craig Coleman ever hired.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was the first black person that Craig Coleman ever hired. I worked for 10 months at Big Beat Records. He had a house label before he went on
Yep.
into Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was the first black person he ever hired. So Kaiser, all y'all owe me the drinks or something because your job
Send a bottle your way when you see me. Exactly.
Send me one when you see me.
Shout out to Kaiser.
Yeah,
Let's go.
no, shout out to my guy. But what I'm saying is like, these cats are like, oh, Russell and Puff and all of them just bought bottle service. Maybe in the concept of how you understand it at a table, right? But we've been drinking bottles, and he can, and Luke can vouch for this. We've been drinking bottles forever, B. We used to buy Moet, Tattingers, Cooks, all that, whatever bottle they had at the bar. We used to go in the club, and we used to fucking connect the straws. We put the straws together, put it all the way down in the bottle. Yes, I know it sounds weird for all your
Nah, I'm
pauses
listening.
and shit right now. Niggas drinking out of champagne bottles with straws. But that was the cool shit that we did. I guess we didn't master the air pressure in the bottle when you turn that shit up. So we used to drink it from the straws. And we was doing that forever. But we didn't need real estate.
Yeah.
If you look at all those old videos of the Encore in Queens with Supreme and all them on the stage, everybody had a bottle.
Sure yes.
None of them cats was at no table and nothing. Everybody had a bottle. Everybody was drinking bottles. And that was in the 80s, Encore, Sunday night. When was that, Lou? 84 to like 80, 89. You know what I'm saying? Crack
yeah,
era.
yeah.
So all that, this cat started the bottle. Yeah, the fuck. We've been drinking bottles like, at least since I was.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought BMF started the bottle
Oh,
wars.
no. You
I thought
got
they
it
did.
real late.
Nigga, I remember I was outside passing out flyers when Misha was put up to the club before. I was trying to get in the game. Lou, I wasn't in the club. I ain't gonna lie, Lou, I was outside.
But yo, Meech is a perfect example too of how the culture like crashed, right? Cause I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've met Meech, we've been out before, and stuff like that. Cause I used to roll with Puff real crazy, and Meech was the Detroit, whatever. He did the No Way Out after party in '98. We did out in Detroit. But he was a cultured dude because Detroit was different. Like, they was Gators and they was fly suits and they was, so Meech, the Meech you see in Atlanta wasn't the Meech that
In Detroit.
I knew back in the day.
Gotcha.
Like that whole basketball jersey shit, Meech, like that's him kind of conforming to Atlanta.
Yeah.
He was a Gator fly. Like if you look at BMF,
Yeah, they was
like
wearing
how
fur
they
coats
dress
and Gators. Yeah,
how
real-
he dressed
real Detroit
and
pimp
BMF
style.
right
Yeah.
now is like that's how Meech
Gotcha.
really was.
Gotcha.
But here's the collision. So now you bring him, his money, his movement, his cats from all over the country, and they know that he's staking a flag in Atlanta.
Yes.
So now you got the uncultured cats being leveraged in the vision.
Yes.
Because Meech,
Yes.
Meech buying the bottles.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so now, and it's I'll tell you a story real quick about Meech. So I was doing Cancun. I stopped doing Cancun in 2002 because I promised myself I never was gonna throw a party I didn't want to be at. And I was in Daddy O's. It was 2,500 people in the club, and the music had changed, and it was starting to get all raunchy and shit. And I looked up here, and it was looking like some people was about to have sex. And I'm looking over here, and there's cats I'd never party with, and I said, this is it.
Yeah.
So in 2002, Monday, Memorial Day weekend, I walked out of Daddy O's, and I said, I'm never doing this again. 2003, I went to Vegas. This is my first vacation in 11 years. I'm in Dre's. Back in the day, Dre's used to be the after hours spot. You go in there at 3, 4 o'clock. It was like down in the basement. It was almost like the spot that nobody in Vegas cared about. It's not Dre's that you see right now, And I still think they do an after hours now, but it's something different. So I'm in there. This is my first vacation. And we got a garbage pail of Cristal. And it's filled up. No, it wasn't. Well, whatever. I think it might have been Cristal. So we sitting there. Yeah, that's how we used to do too. So we sitting there, I'm drinking. This shit is so funny. Alex, God bless the dead, Bugs.
Yep, shout out to
And
Bugs.
their attorney, James McMillan.
Yep.
Walk in the Dre's and they say, yo, you tripping. You can't leave Cancun. You got to do Cancun again. What the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, yo, fam, I'm over it. I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I was at legend status, and I'm going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And they begged, and they gave me a deal I couldn't refuse. So I was like, all right, I'll do it this last time.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, that whole Soul Plane and the BMF documentary, that was really my plane. We only sold it halfway. Meech showed up. They said, I want the rest of the plane. He bought it out. He came down to, and then when
Crazy.
they said Meech is throwing a party in Mexico, that was really my shit at the city. He did his thing. They were doing 75 tables, 50 to 75 tables a night at $3,000 a table. But I get to the point about I get to the point about Meech though. Like, this is the gentleman's side of Meech, right?
Yep.
So the plane lands Friday night. It's like 12 midnight. Alex calls me. He's like, yo, Chris, Meech needs the biggest suite in Cancun. I'm like, all right, nigga, I ain't no travel agent.
Find that shit, yeah.
He's like, no. When I landed, they told me that you got the presidential suite at the Coral Beach. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I love Meech, but I'm not giving him my room. And the room is crazy because it got a pool on the deck for 30 people.
Yeah.
And it's on the top of the building. This is before rooftops. Shit was crazy, right? Maid quarters, right? So then I'm like, yo, man, I'm not giving him my room. He's like, yo, Chris, he'll give you $60,000 right now.
Nigga, where he at?
I was paying $3,000 a night. He had that shit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I freely gave it to him. What? But here's the gentleman's side of Meech, right? So I switched to another suite.
Yeah.
I get a phone call. I'm like, yo, what's up? Who's this? He's like, yo, is this Chris Latimer? I'm like, yeah. What's up? He's like, yo, we up in the presidential suite. I got some messages from you. So I'm like, all right, dude. So I'm like, all right, cool, man. Tell me what they are. So I start writing them down and da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, brother, man, thanks a lot, man. Yo, tell Meech, good looking out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he had you do this. He's like, Chris, it is Meech.
That's what, I see what you're saying. Like, by the way, that's important because a lot of people don't understand. To get to the top, you have to pay attention to every small detail. And knowing me calling him, you can call him, but me calling him hear my voice, he knows the kind of man that I am. That's really important. Like, we don't talk enough about that type of like real man, gentleman shit. It's like with you, like I could easily be like, yo, I'm gonna thank you, bro. Like, you crazy? Nigga, I'm serious, bro, because we don't do that. So that's crazy. So what are we gonna do about the club life going forward? Like, really for you, because I'm like,
club life is going. People don't even understand what's going to happen.
What's gonna happen?
It's all going to go to membership. That's the only way you get rid of the trash. It's all going to membership.
I love that.
And no, it's just still going to be a club life for that lower end, lower class, or whatever it is, or people that want to be clown. But AI is going to change everything. So first of all,
Go ahead. You about to give away all your shit. Go ahead.
No, don't give it away. Tell me what you can say.
No,
You about to give away all this shit.
I see what Chris saying.
Why did you say? Because you don't build up all the clubs in Vegas.
No.
You about to give away your shit.
But AI is going to give away everything because, like right now, when you go into the Capital One Center, you don't go through. They don't patch you no more, and they don't wand you no more. They can see exactly what they got on. So they got all the new stuff for the airports getting ready to come through. All that stuff's getting ready to come through. And that's going to happen in the next 6 months to a year. Well, the same thing's going to happen to the clubs. I can get these two things there. I can watch an iPad. I can see exactly what you got on. But more than anything, it's going to have facial recognition. So once you go to facial recognition, you ever been in a fight? Bam. No, you can't come in here. I ain't got to worry about you coming back or do the doorman.
Wow.
It's done. And then I can even hook with the clubs in Atlanta or any place else and say, this person ain't in.
Then it's going to go up a notch to where the motherfucker with the fake credit card in his pocket is going to be identified and the fact he got the credit card in his pocket.
And we did it at sold out dates. Motherfucker booked 2 tables. We had the police there waiting for him. Locked him up.
Time out.
Locked him up.
Hold on. I got to rewind.
Dang.
Dude tried to get 2 sections with a fake.
No, he got 2 sections too. But they wasn't even, they was faking it. Man, we swarmed in on that motherfucker and got him.
And see,
Done.
now somebody ignorant watching this is going, oh, you're snitchy, whatever. This man's protecting his business.
But his business.
You know
It
how
ain't
much-
no-
listen,
it ain't no snitching.
No, tell him the number.
I don't do credit cards.
Tell the numbers on the fraud when you was taking credit cards like that. Tell me what percentage was the
You
fraud?
was 5% at fraud. 5, some weeks 10%. And then, but the thing they got now, I saw this thing on CNBC the other day, friendly fraud. You know how people are going out there and saying, oh, I didn't. They getting ready to come after all them people. That's what they doing. And they're going to attach it to their credit.
Like you letting your boy use the card and you with him.
No. Or you just say, I didn't get good service. Or I didn't get, it's called friendly fraud.
Oh yeah, when you call them and say, I'm paying for that.
I'm not paying for
Can I
that.
ask you a question? When the fraud things happen, does that cost you or the insurance?
It costs me.
Yeah.
It costs me. But no matter how you look at it, it costs everybody.
Yes.
Because that percentage goes up that the credit card, they're going to recoup their money somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, whether it's 3.2% or 2.1%, whatever it is, they're going to, the fees just keep going up.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
Fees
But
keep going
I
up.
don't think anybody understands what AI is going to, y'all going to have food lines this time next pandemic. Y'all don't understand. 5 million jobs are gone. Are y'all using ChatGPT?
Yeah.
But are you using ChatGPT 40?
No. No. Never
you know
heard of
what
it.
40 is?
Yeah.
You know that you can just do this right here, right now?
You can't have pauses on the podcast.
I know,
You got
but-
to talk through what you process.
Well,
love
you pull up the ChatGPT 40, and you say, I'm sitting here with Ray Daniels doing his God show. Can you tell me how you can help him? And like you would as the person in the movie, the AI in the movie Her?
It's processing.
Yep.
This is crazy.
Sure, I can help with ideas and suggestions for Ray Daniels' God Show. What are some of the goals for the show? Are there specific topics or themes he's focusing on? This way, I can tailor my advice to fit his vision.
But I'm just telling, that's gonna be a person that you're gonna sit that thing right there, and it's gonna talk.
It's gonna be your
on the
best
show
friend. It's gonna be your
just
friend, yeah.
Like you don't understand, it's gonna be your best friend, but all of that's gonna take over into the club. DJs ain't got a chance because she can tell you. There was a thing that she told me that outfit's not good for an interview. You know, it was just showing. It said the outfit's not good for an interview. So she's gonna be able to. But the fact of the matter, people ain't going. She's gonna be able to watch. I'm gonna be able to set one of them cameras up, watch exactly how people react to the music as they run.
Yes.
They're gonna be my best DJ in the world.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. How did hookah help club life or did it hurt it?
It killed it. I didn't do
Ray,
it.
before you go there with the hookah thing, so I think what
I wanna hear that.
I think
Yeah.
what Mark said was more to the perspective of clubs in your city.
Yes.
Now, I'd say nightlife changed because now it's about celebrations outside of your city. You know,
That's true.
For 30, 40 years, you know, black people, you know how you always be like, yo, come to my city, it's on pop, it's popping, whatever, come on through, right? And then when the dude land, you don't want to go out with him.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be out in your city,
Yeah.
right? So now it's about the destinations, right? And you know, I ain't even gonna start shouting out names because some people gonna be like, yo, everybody listen to Ray podcast. We don't want them niggas to know about our party yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's like, I think the game is changing. It's gonna be membership at home, right?
Yep.
Because I'm not even gonna say the brand name, but there's a brand name in Brooklyn right now that's very much surviving and benefiting off the black dollar, buying their memberships and coming to their venue. And I don't need to get into details of who it is. And I'm sure that they're changing their whole brand strategy based on that moment.
Yep.
But I think it's going to be more celebrations. And then I think what's going to happen is it's going to be the DJs, it's going to be the promoters you trust.
Yes.
It's going to be the people you
The
trust.
DJs you trust, like
throwing,
you said,
throwing the
DJs
events.
build their own following. You right.
Because I look at a lot of these young kids that are throwing parties right now, that have these big Instagram platforms, and they're doing too many parties.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, you know, they're doing 7 parties a week. Eventually that's gonna play out.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
I think that
let me finish the point. The one reason it's gonna play out is because now it's too loud.
Yes.
And everybody looks the same when they come in.
Yep.
So how do you know this ain't the dummy that's gonna smack every chick's ass? And then you fly chicks ain't coming back no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or how you know this clown putting stuff in people's drinks ain't coming?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so you gotta
Yeah.
kind of manage it.
Yeah.
Unless you're just doing the money grab.
Now,
but that takes us back
by
to
the way,
our same
I was
problem.
about to say, I think the money grab days are over because now people are kind of picking and choosing what they want. Like, I want to be at your, like you said, it's like following now, community. Like, your club, you probably got regulars that's like, that's the club I go to. It's like Lou in Atlanta. Like, we know the clubs we go to when we walk in, they know us, we know them, they know where I want to sit, they know all of that. And I think that's a good point about the membership part of like, it's kind of like that already. Is the membership is just your face. You got your face game is good.
Else about because he about to go.
I'm not about to go off on them.
No, I'm talking about don't give your idea on the podcast.
But my whole
Protect your brother.
my whole point with everything is people are tired of, like you say, you can't have motherfuckers coming out 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That
It's too much. You're gonna burn out. You're
It's too much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come to my place tonight. I got it tomorrow night. And that's what happened with the promoters. They had 7 different nights.
Yeah.
I'm here this night. I'm here. I'm there.
Yes.
That. And that's where me and the promoters I got rid of the promoters. And the people that promote for me, work for me. Work inside of Park. Okay, because all you doing is raping me because you taking my bottles and now you taking them, the bitches over there tomorrow night and the bad motherfuckers over here the next night. In the middle of the night, they come have dinner, buy them, say they promoting getting free bottles or free whatever at my place, and now you running them over there to some other place.
Yeah, you're right. That is right. The burnout of it, because what they don't know is that it costs every time.
It
like
does.
it's like, nigga, I gotta pay $1,000 tomorrow too. Nigga, like, do I get buy 3, get the 4th night free type shit? Like, come on.
Exactly.
Can I get
I gotta say, I give congrats to those men that can get out there and they in the club every night. Like, nigga, I don't know how. I don't know how. When do you spend time with these bitches that you meet in the club? Like,
I'm about to say, when do you work? When do you work to make the money? Like,
right. It's some motherfuckers I was like, did you clock in? Because they get there at 6 and they leave at 3:15. They the last one. I had these 2 guys that said, y'all waiting in line tonight because y'all make me wait to get out of this motherfucker every night.
That's funny.
And 2,000 for the table, which is line.
Exactly.
But I'm like, what y'all doing?
So can you tell us, hookah, is it killing?
So
what effect does it have on our?
My father died of lung cancer.
Got you.
Okay, I thought it was so stupid.
Me too.
That people, okay, we did all this work, warning on cigarette packets, warning on this, and now we going right back to something that's worse than cigarettes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 7.
Smoking hookah's like 2 packs to cigarettes, whole packs.
Yeah.
The hookah.
Hold on, but to me it's a sign of insecurity because I don't have nothing to do, I don't have nothing to talk about, or I'm looking at my phone for an hour and you're there to party. Enjoy the party, enjoy the scene.
That's
like
it.
the one thing I can say that there's communities where people go dance. I had a Hispanic girlfriend and I felt a certain way.
You heard how friend slipped out as a
Girlfriend. and she was dancing with this motherfucker, Spanish motherfucker. We went to a place and I thought it was a little bit too much. Like, but that's their community. They just
culture.
dancing.
That's how they do. Caribbean too.
That's their community, and they there to party, and it's a party. They not there to stand on a.
Yeah, that's the look though. Everybody's doing that for the look.
That's it. Like,
and what cats don't really understand with all these young ladies that smoke all this hookah is that's why y'all having arguments with them all week. Because they need a fix. They like heroin addicts.
Right.
Like y'all think that they just arguing with you because that's who they are. They watch Love and Hip Hop. But no, they need a fix. They don't have a fix. You sitting there at the dinner table with them and they fidgety and talking, and then you just say something crazy like, "Yo, why'd you order that? The last time we was here, you didn't like that." And now she outside the door. because she need her fix. Be like, cats ain't looking at it like that.
I want to tell you something. As soon as Chris said that, my content crew, these my 3 content, they all look at each other like, hell yeah. We gonna do that shit. No, because I ain't gonna lie, because my thing is that, dog, I was at hookah to me. By the way, I'm gonna shout out Simon, because Simon, Alex's brother, that's the first person I ever seen with hookah. He had a hookah everything. Like, I was the first person I ever seen, right? But I start seeing, I'm in a bowling alley on a kid's night, and there's hookah in there.
Yes.
You go to a restaurant and it's hookah, and it's like, my nigga, like, why is this shit everywhere?
I don't get it.
Me neither.
In DC, it's illegal, supposed to smoke inside, so I don't know how that can be legal. Right. It's illegal to smoke cigarettes everywhere inside, but we're gonna put something out there 10 times worse.
But that's cool. Go crazy.
And they burning each other. I know girl burned her leg out. I'm just like,
Look at them. They be out smoking hookah with girls. They like, hell yeah.
The coals and everything, like.
And the real crazy thing is cats be on that, like, I don't smoke hookah stuff. Yo, fam, yes you do. We all do. If you go in them spots, man,
yes,
and you got all that,
you
coughing up all that shit in the morning out your throat.
Yep.
Nigga, you just smoked 5 packs of cigarettes by just being in that club.
I'm telling you, I had a girl that worked at Dream. Dream smoking used to be legal inside. Just so you know, I had carpet in there, and I almost went through the craziest. 5 minutes in to opening the club, someone was smoking inside. They threw the cigarette out and put it out on the carpet. And I was like, where the fuck do you think? They're like, we in the club. He's smoking. But this was back in the day when you could smoke in the club. But I had to tell him, one of my bartenders went to the doctor and they said, you need to stop smoking. She was like, I don't smoke. They were like, where do you work? She said, in this club. And he said, you got secondhand smoke.
That's why King Cole died.
Secondhand?
Yeah, he wasn't a smoker. But because he sang in all the clubs, he died from that.
But that's what I'm trying to
That's
tell
crazy.
people.
I didn't know that.
All that smoking and then you smell when you go in the house, the weed, the smoking.
You ain't drinking no water.
Right.
You drinking the liquor. You getting dehydrated. You putting that shit in your dehydrated lungs, down your esophagus. Come on, man.
But
pause, right?
Yes. No, you know what I mean. I don't say that shit.
That was totally a pause.
Plausible. That's plausible.
But the fact of the matter is that I haven't done hookah, and I still got the same number of people. I got way more people than everybody else, and I do hear from a lot of people. I'm so glad you don't have that in here.
Yeah,
but it is the cool thing.
I got a question. So I have a question for y'all. It's a little game we play. Y'all want to play this game? It's called Making the Cut. Y'all like it, right?
Okay.
Y'all are both businessmen running $1 million enterprises. This is just making decisions. And we give you 3 options. You pick one. You got to cut one. You have to develop one. And you have to put one, sign one, right? The only way you can sentence, you have to say what you're cutting. You can't say, I'm gonna cut the 3rd one. No, you have to say, I'm cutting that. Okay. If you don't wanna do that, which with most podcasts say drink or whatever, what we say is it's a nonprofit that we support, and it's the kids. We have 3 kids won a Grammy. 3 kids have platinum records from this profit. They help kids with music, and you just donate $20 if you don't wanna answer. But we rather you answer.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
So it's 3 options.
You do the first one, I'll do the second one. I go behind. We go back and forth.
Okay, cool. So, all right. Cities to party in, right? New York, Miami, Atlanta. And from y'all business, which one are you partying? Which one are you picking to party in? Which one you are developing? Which one you like? Cut that. I'm not doing that. Miami, New York, ATL.
Which one am I not partying?
No. You have to pick one. One you pick, one you say, I'm going to develop, and the other you say, I'm cutting.
Oh, I'm partying in Miami.
Okay.
I'm cutting Atlanta.
Oh, shit. This nigga's gangster.
And I'm developing New York.
Okay.
Okay, that's me.
Chris.
I'm partying in Miami. I'm cutting New York.
That's my dog.
And I'm developing Atlanta.
I'll take it. That's my dog. Rick, go.
Clubs, venues out here in Atlanta. Pick, develop, cut. Compound, Vision, Velvet Room.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, I like the Mega Club, so I would pick Compound.
Okay.
Velvet was bigger than Compound.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's not.
No.
Compound got like 3
Oh
sides.
no, I forgot. I'm thinking about Vision. That's right.
Yeah.
Compound is big.
Compound, huge.
Velvet Room had a huge dance floor though.
That it did.
But it turned into just a space to look at VIP though.
I would cut Vision and develop
Velvet Room.
Velvet Room.
Chris.
Yeah.
Wow. I would cut Compound because that's just when it got out of hand. I would keep Visions because at the time Vision opened, it was the perfect time for what it was. Shout out to Dale Davis. A lot of y'all don't know that Dale Davis was the one that financed Vision.
What?
Yes, Indiana
That's
Pacers.
Pro battle player, Indiana Pacers?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Dale.
And just, ask Alex if you think of mine. And I developed Velvet Room because I know what his vision was in Velvet Room. I just don't think that he hit it right. But I think him and Mike were on the right path.
Got you. All right, next one. I'm gonna make it DJs. SNS. DJ SNS. Kid Capri. DJ Envy. Party.
Okay, I'm gonna have.
Who's opening, who's closing, and who ain't getting booked.
Well, I want to develop all of them.
I love Mark.
And not to take. I learned about DJing from Kid Capri.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, I did. Like I sat up there mesmerized, and I've never seen anybody as talented as him.
I've never heard anybody call a DJ talented. That's actually dope.
he's elite.
He's really good.
And the thing that's so talented about Kid Capri is that he literally is up in there. He brings the energy with
Yeah.
him. He's kind of like a Tiesto, except I think Tiesto does a lot of this and a lot of. Kid is so deep into his music, and I think after seeing him for years and comparing him to the people nowadays, they just want to show up. They didn't even there was no hustle. You know how hard things was. It's like DJing was like promoting.
You know
Back
you
in the
got
day,
you know
we
you
had
got
to-
you know you got to pay $20, right?
I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay $100.
But go ahead.
But my problem is that people don't care about developing themselves and being better. Like I think Kid was hard on himself. He did something good and then he wanted to be better. That's like me when if I have a weekend, a regular weekend that makes money like crazy. And then I have a weekend. I'm hard on myself the weekend I make money because I feel like that should be all the time. I feel like the team could do it. I got 170 employees, and none of them are trying to move up to that next level.
So
like hold on, give me 2 seconds. SNS, amazing.
Yes.
Like I said, one of the most memorable nights ever to me was him playing that
the Benjamins.
The Benjamins back, and he just kept going back to the Benjamins. He must have played it 200 times, and every song before
He was coming in and out of it.
it was going dun, 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 and then he would bring on whatever the next song was, and then he'd go back to, and you knew it was, and everybody, it was like the hype came. The hype came and just kept coming, and I was like, oh shit, who the fuck came up with this shit? And
That's dope.
it was just so dope. It was just like you just couldn't let it go. And like every time, it would be like playing Sexy Red like every time, going into it, and then you get ready to do it, but then you
Bring it back.
punch into another song and you played a hit.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
you killed it. Now
Yeah.
nobody else can take his stuff because you don't want somebody else. But he came. He killed that.
Yeah.
He killed that.
Yeah.
I'm just not even gonna be able to answer at this point.
Oh,
I just destroyed the. I can't say. But no, I agree with him. I agree with him 100%. I'm gonna donate because I mess with all of them. But so here's my outlook on it. Capri. Me and Capri built in Cancun, nobody will ever be able to do it because DJs aren't the same anymore. And I provided a canvas for him to paint his masterpieces. Right?
I love that.
And he was one of the most brilliant architects of music that I ever met in my life. Like Kid Capri was Prince without the instruments. The instruments was his turntables. So like even back in the day, like his mixtapes was something, that we would, we live up in Westchester, 914, what up, shout out. So we take the train down and go buy the mixtapes on 125th, and we buy all of them if there wasn't ones that we had. And we come back home, sorry kid, and we dub them shits and make mad bread. But from the beginning of me seeing Kid Capri, I knew that he was my DJ for Cancun. And we lit America on fire because cats was coming from all over the country to Cancun. The problem I have with Capri, with S, and with Envy to his point, is that they need a LeBron mentality, right? LeBron gets $51 million, gets $60 million contract, but his training process doesn't change. He's still in the gym. He still got his chef. He's still, because he understands that the training gets him the bread. These cats are so spoiled that now they got a whole day of things, activities, corporate sponsors that they don't technically sit down and practice their craft.
Yeah.
If Kid Capri practiced for 16 hours a week from 92, he'd be bigger than any EDM DJ in the world. Because sonically, where he's at with the music is outer space. And if he really started looking and stripping down other records and playing his stuff and really put together and orchestrated a show like Testo and Black Coffee and all these cats do, he would be, and actually, ironically, it might be his time.
Yeah,
if
I
he
agree.
reset right now, right? And this shit might sound crazy for a DJ.
It doesn't. It don't.
If
For
he changed his diet, got on his cardio shit, and really fine-tuned this shit, he'd be in outer space.
He could headline. I agree. Because that's the one thing that you got to take serious. If you're going to be in front, you got to take that serious.
And the same with SNS.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think SNS is great, but I think somewhere along the line, he got comfortable with his greatness.
Yeah.
So now he's more your homeboy than your favorite DJ.
Yeah.
I think he needs to find that again. And then Envy is super talented as a DJ. I just think Envy, he just does so much else that he doesn't really get back and fine-tune his craft because, he's another bad motherfucker on him. Underground Envy was a bad motherfucker. He was a smooth version of SNS and Kid Capri. And he used to play the record and almost sit back cocky and like let the record do the rest of the work.
Yeah.
But I think these cats kind of lost that.
Last one out of the making the cut. Oh, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna make sure I get it right.
I'm gonna go first this time because Mark can take the whole answer.
Mark, can I be honest with you? This one is for him. Okay. You can answer too. Okay. But I know he has the HBCU. We want to talk about HBCU homecomings.
Right.
Because we done had some knockdown fights in this motherfucker. So, Howard, Clark Spellhouse, and then no, that's a homecoming. No, I didn't say that's Spellhouse. I didn't mean to say Clark. You're right. Spellhouse, Howard, or what he said, Hampton University. I heard they go crazy.
Ready for this answer?
Please.
First of all, your list sucks because the best homecoming ain't
Jack
in there.
Dance.
It's FAMU.
FAMU's the best one.
So your list sucks.
I just said, send me a third option, and he said Hampton. I'm like, FAMU. So let's reframe it. No, I'm going to reframe it because I got an OG here.
Stop.
I'm going to give you three. FAMU,
you need to
Howard,
give four then.
and Spellhouse. Who's the fourth?
You can't put Hampton out of there.
Oh, they not like that?
That's because you ain't spent no time. And I'm not that person. I'm just going to tell you, I think Hampton got the most beautiful black women coming out of Hampton.
That's a fact.
And not second to Howard. Second to Howard.
We ain't talking beautiful women. We talking about party, club. No, hold on, listen. Mark, we talking about party, club. Like, so FAMU homecoming. Y'all, hold on, listen. Y'all
still in the South. The South is different than
No,
when you
DC
start
ain't the South to us.
crossing that.
DC is North to us.
Yeah.
I will tell you this though.
From Morehouse and Spelman's from up north, all around.
That's what I'm asking about the school. I'm asking about the
No,
party,
but
though.
that's what I'm saying. You integrate so much of that South in there with them. It ain't the same.
So hold on, Mark. Let me see how I'm gonna frame it for y'all. I'm gonna frame the question again. I'm gonna frame it for you now, because he a promoter. I'm gonna frame it for y'all again. I'm giving you guys an option to have the rights to the main party at one of those, and that's how you pick it. And one you gotta send home, and one you be like, I'll do that next year, but I gotta do. Which one is it? Howard, FAMU.
I mean,
I'm sending, and I'm gonna give you my reason.
Come on, bro.
I'm sending Spellhouse home. And the reason I'm sending Spellhouse home is because the city is polluted with promoters, and the kids and the alumni don't really have the options of the venues that they should need, that they could use to build a great event that speaks to the alumni.
Yes.
So I'm sending Spellhouse home.
But they have, let's go back. But they have,
Now, Lou, come on,
ain't
the council.
gonna-
Sit down. Now, Lou, you want to sit down, man? We need you to talk
Yeah,
now.
so let me, this is my answer. This is my
He
answer.
stood up. That nigga like, I gotta get it.
I'm developing Howard, right? And the
Okay.
reason I'm developing Howard is because Howard alumni has been so beat up, and I'm talking about the younger alumni, let's say 23 to 40.
Yeah.
They've been so beat up by whack events that they almost don't care. So now it's like, dinner parties and, all roads lead to park. All roads lead to park. All roads lead to park.
Oh, yeah, it's your city. I forgot.
And then, like there's a few standout events, but it's more like, you get dressed up and you go out. But it's like, I know they want to go hard with they people that they ain't seen in a year.
Yeah.
So I developed that. Now, FAMU runs the city.
See,
So
that's the difference.
When FAMU's
They
homecoming
homecoming
comes,
is the premiere.
It is
The event of the
city.
city.
It is damn near.
So the
the
city
state.
is behind it. The
Right.
problem with these other places is that they need to realize the money that is generated off of these things and still make it, Howard Homecoming peaked.
You know what? You're 100%
When-
right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. The tourism boards should be embracing Black college
Yes.
homecomings like New Orleans embraced Essence Festival.
Yes.
They should
Yes.
put tax dollars
Yes.
behind it. They should get 150%
That's
behind
real.
it, because
Yeah.
you ain't gonna find a classier group of people to come in your city, spend money, respect
Invest.
it, and love on each other, and possibly invest real estate wise
Yeah.
in that city than an HBC. Is what creates a Marc Barnes, right?
Now, I was
And
about to say-
it creates his longevity because it's not about cutting corners, and he cares about the consumer. Now you might find somebody that might be, you might find a waitress that might be upset or something, or somebody might try to say some little smear campaign, because it's just the jealousy of our people. But none of that shit lasts.
Yes.
Because you know, I could say as a promoter that's done hot shit, nobody's kind of curated my party life as long as Marc Barnes, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From like, how old was we, Lou? About 22. From about 22 to today.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy.
I'm 56 and I'm in his club today. I kind of get lost in his creativity.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of dope, right? You know, he got like, sometimes you go out in the patio and they playing, you know, Afro beats and stuff like that, so I can get away from the madness. The booths are dope.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why, first of all, I love podcasting. I'm not like. I just met this motherfucker and I'm like, where you need me at? I'm there. I don't give a fuck. He hit me about a party and I was like, I ain't coming there.
Well, tell her why.
No, because I had a whole lot of shit.
Banana ass cookout with 3,000 people.
And at my house, and it was just
everybody
crazy.
Twisted. And
So I was just like, hey, nigga, I don't know if I'm gonna make it tonight. Like, I had to recover, but I want to come to DC to your shit. Because to me, it's like, I'm being honest, Lou. Like, I'm like, damn, I want to fly to DC for your shit. Nigga, I'm with you. Cause in my mind, maybe we shoot content there. I don't know, but in my mind, I'm like, knowing that you care that much. Look at these niggas. That's my young boys right there. They go me everywhere. But what I'm telling you is that hearing that you care so much about the customer makes me want to just spend money with you. And it's like, it's so important. And I wish people understood that. Like, it's so important to have the man behind the business, because I see how much you care. And by the way, if I saw someone doing something wrong in your club at work for you, I would tell you. That's how much I see how much you care. Yo, there's this dude over there. Because I could tell you care. And to me, that's what this gives an opportunity to do. Like, really talk about what matters.
There's so many things that go into nightlife and stuff like that that have been so wrong for so many years. It's just like, even at a white club, they got the biggest black guy that they can find that ain't necessarily educated or whatever, and he's deciding who can come in. You don't need big guys. You don't need big security. You need somebody. What y'all doing?
Yep. Personable.
Personal. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want them to come back.
Yes.
I don't want them to run away.
I want them to come back.
They hear.
I love that.
If I keep running all my customers away, like, it takes so much, but that's in every. Why does Chick-fil-A? What does everybody say about Chick-fil-A?
Bro, I want you to know something.
It's the customer service.
I speak about that because I worked at
It's the
McDonald's.
customer service.
Mark, I'm not even bullshitting you. I credit Chick-fil-A to my success because I worked at McDonald's when I was 16, and McDonald's told me, our goal is to get the customer in and out in 30 seconds. That's the most important thing. When I was at Chick-fil-A, they paid me more money, and he asked me how much I made at my last job, and I told him, he said, well, I'm gonna give you $2 extra an hour, which is 16, that's big. And he was like, but that's for your smile.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're sweeping, you smile. I don't give a fuck if you're in the kitchen cooking, you smile. And even now, you'll see McDonald's can have 5 cars, Chick-fil-A can have 20. You're gonna get in the Chick-fil-A line because you know they're gonna meet you earlier. By the time, like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell they care about the customer. And I think now that we all realize how much power our dollars have, we spend it, we're picking and choosing where we wanna spend it
I
now.
went to TSA yesterday to get my pre-check.
That's a black job, they said.
No, this was a.
Black.
I don't know whether. No, this was a office.
Yeah.
Where you get your pre-checks done. And the minute I walked in, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, I'm stupid nice. She says, "How you think I'm doing? I hate this job." Da, da, da.
What? No one. That's what you expect from TSA.
But she's not TSA. She's a private sector.
Yeah.
right.
Getting, like, you hate this job, but that attitude is why you hate I hate DC.
Yeah.
I hate everything that we came about, and I just.
Yo, he just told on himself, right? You should really be honored that this dude is sitting on your
I'm
couch,
trying to
man.
tell you, I'm with
he
you.
goes nowhere.
No. And now I understand because Chris is in the group chat hitting us like, because Mark flew in for this. Chris in the group chat like, fly out at this time, and Mark's like, and Chris like, no, come on, but I get it now. But I'm gonna tell you something, Mark. I'm gonna tell you something. You have blacks, so you black with us, you one of us. We need you. We need you to speak. The biggest thing hurting black businesses is our customer service.
So let me tell you what You know what's hurting black business?
Tell me.
Is that we keep telling everybody, do your own. That we telling everybody, do your own. What happens tomorrow to this if each one of them say, I'm gonna do my own? As a team, see, and that's why I overpay.
I now see why.
I overpay my people. I'm trying to keep the good people.
Yep.
I don't want them to feel like, and sometimes, like I try to tell them, there's been weeks. If you ever been a promoter, I don't know if people know what a $40,000, $80,000 hit is. Okay? Okay? If you've been a promoter, a real promoter, and you take one of them punch, and then you got to come out smiling because there was people there.
Yep.
Now the worst is if it ain't nobody there, because then everybody knows you lost.
Oh shit.
Okay, but at least if you
I done took a $500,000 hit.
In one night?
In one night.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you can't take no hat. I can't take. I think I've done about $125.
That's your biggest hit in one night.
On just losing that night. But see, what you got to remember, in a club, you can have 8 straight weeks of nothing. And if you ain't looking good, you got to figure out how to get motherfucker. Because once you dying, you dying.
And you gotta fix it without looking thirsty.
Right,
That's the key.
exactly.
You gotta fix it out.
And I'm gonna tell you, you know when they look there, you know when you know they about to go over, be done? Yeah. They go, hold on, this is what happens to club. They first go to karaoke. Okay, that's the first, they lose it. They do poetry. They
Speakeasy.
They doing, no, speakeasies can make money. They do comedy. They do jazz. They do all of those things. I'm trying to tell everybody, you getting into those 5 things, you're losing.
I don't agree with poetry though. Nah, pure poetry.
Poetry, my mother drink
pure
water.
poetry. Pure poetry in DC is fire.
They drink water.
Pure poetry in DC is fire.
Hold on, say this one
I
time.
got to sign off on that.
Hold on, you're a party promoter. What's the 5 things you don't want to do?
I'm not doing no karaoke. I'm not doing no artists. And the reason I'm not doing, even though artists is money, the problem is you're in a bidding war there. I'll never forget the biggest bidding war. Radio station turned me and Abdul into a bidding war against each other.
For who?
Who was going to get DC Live? Abdul's one of the big guys. I got
One
a
of
lot
the big guys in DC, the big club owner, Bliss.
Big club owner. He had clubs just as big as mine. I used to do Friday nights black, and he do white on Friday, and we tried to keep a thing going.
Yeah.
But the radio stations wanted us to fight for their time, and I said I'm never doing radio again.
Or artists. He don't book artists.
I don't book no artists.
I remember one day I came down. I think I came down for a homecoming, and it might have been Sunday at brunch. And he came to me. He liked to use Shorty all the time. You know, DC dude. No pause on Shorty.
Kenny Bird.
So he comes to me and he says, he's like, you know what? I'm not booking no more artists. It's
Ever.
Kenny Burns all the time. He's like,
shout out to KB. By the way, I want to clap for Kenny Burns.
That's right. That's our
No.
guy.
Let me tell you why I want to clap for Kenny. Because Kenny is the first guy that I've seen that branded himself and built an entire business on it. And it was like, like I told him on the show, I was like, what the fuck is a lifestyle specialist? But he gave himself a title, a moniker, and he built business around it. And it's like he was a music exec. He was behind the scenes, but he was like, nah. So I just want to give him that because we don't celebrate the smart ones. And we should be studying, like how the NBA, they all love Kobe. Like, we should be celebrating this and studying the smart ones because those are the ones that give us the opportunity to really fucking see what we can do if we fucking put our mind to it.
But you got to celebrate them all. And let me explain.
For sure.
And the reason I say celebrate them all, even the ones who fail, teach you what not to do. When I go in a restaurant and they got bad service, I'm like, do my people do that? Do we say? And when people aren't spending their whole time learning. And maybe this is my problem, me not moving around.
Yeah.
But I do move in restaurants and any type of business. I don't care if you go to an auto body shop. How are the people responding to you in there? How do the people work? What do they say? Do they want your business? There's no place I can go. And to me, I got a real problem with people that can't answer phones or can't do things correctly and don't just a nasty people for what reason? And I don't care whether you're black or white. I need you to act like you want my money because it's got to be important. That's what it is, you know.
I wish that was the last thing said on the entire show. That's the most important thing to be said. If you want my money, show me you want my money.
Show me you want it. Show you appreciate it.
Yeah, show me appreciate my money because I'm a spend while I'm appreciating.
I got this great restaurant I like going to, and they got the worst 2 bartenders in the world, and I can't go there because of them.
Yeah.
I can't go there because of them, but they got great food. They are just such a pain in my ass. And they got a little chain. They got another one of their place. The girl talk about how she hates the place. I try to tell my people, if you don't like working here, please
don't
come.
don't exactly.
It's cool. Like we can leave.
If you're unhappy, tell me. So
you don't like. I don't think you know what I do. I work 8 days a week, bitch, so that you can make sure that your check is never bounced. Like they don't understand what that is.
The pressure of it.
The pressure. I've been 700,000 overdrawn and had to cover that.
And they don't understand the pressure.
They don't understand.
But
one of my best friends now, and he didn't even know it at the time. I had to go to him. I was like, boy, you about to miss out on a good one. I had a tax bill that was due and something else that was due, and I needed $300,000. I couldn't tell them that I needed $300 because ain't nobody lending anybody any money that they need
to pay the taxes
that they need.
If you need,
yeah,
It's real.
He got his money back and then got money back on top of it. Then he didn't end up doing too well, and I did a lot for this, but he never knew why I used to do so much. I said, and I told him when I said, nigga, you don't even know you saved.
You saved Marc Barnes.
You saved.
You don't even know.
You ain't even know.
Yeah.
You saved me.
Yeah.
I said, but if I'd have told you I needed this for a different reason, you'd have been like, I don't know about that.
Yep. I love
The
that.
juggle of what an owner
Yeah.
or somebody has to do is so amazing, and you can't let nobody know you losing.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
They got to think that you winning all the time.
Nah, I swear to God, I want to walk off now. No, I'm being honest. Like, that's the hardest shit to do is put a smile on while you're getting fucked over, you're losing, you're worried, and you still got to go out there and fucking smile.
And you got to act like ain't nothing wrong.
Let me say what it's like. Let me say what it's like. It's like pilots, right? When they talk to you on a plane, they're like, hey guys, it's a little rough air coming up, just calm down. But if imagine the pilot got on and said, shit's bad up here, I don't know what to do. Put your seatbelt on. Right. Pray, everybody pray. Nigga, what the fuck is happening right now? Right. I got to go. And that's what being a leader is about. Right. You have to let the troops know we're gonna be okay. Just keep going. And you might not even know it, but they need to believe it because in the end, it works out. So
now you can't, today they can't have an inkling.
No.
Inkling. Right. That you doing
like
bad
imagine an artist shooting their second video after the first record bombed, and you got to sit there and be happy and be in front of the camera and be with your boys and be like, we winning. And meanwhile, you might not be able to pay your car note, your house note. Everything's fucked up. Your numbers is off. Your Spotify's ugly. Yep. The label might drop you.
Yep, it's a real life. So listen, last thing we do here, we do this thing. And it's 2 of y'all, so I'm gonna make it really simple. We have this thing called credit check, right? Mark, Chris, I hate people saying give them flowers. I hate it. Flowers die. Right. And I can't do nothing with that shit. Give me my credit. Because if I get credit, I can leverage that and go do something for myself. So I give people like yourself a chance to shout out 1 to 2 people that are unsung heroes in the Chris Lat story and the Marc Barnes story that you just want to say, shout out to them for doing that. Or whatever they did.
That almost makes me fucked up the way I feel like, because there's the most important person in my life is Renee Stevens.
Okay.
She's been with me for 40 years. Kids, godmothers, this, that, and other. And I think a lot of times people, like when I was 700,000 over, John, my wife was asleep.
Yeah.
No problem. She didn't nothing face her. Nothing against her. Nothing against her.
But that says more about you and how you made her feel.
She knew, and even that's what she said, you gonna handle it.
Yeah.
I know you gonna handle it. It don't matter. You know, I'm going to sleep.
Should be frustrating.
But Renee, and I almost want to thank Renee's man for letting, because she's old. Anytime she's stressed it out, ain't because of him.
Yeah,
it's because of
you.
okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But she been there. She done ran everything. Without no Renee, it would never been no me.
Yeah.
And I used to say to her, "Why do you stick with us?"
Yeah.
And she just, when I tell you the right hand,
Yeah.
the right hand.
Yes.
The next unsung hero is a kid named Primo. And I told you I don't have no promoters. But Primo got his own thing. And every day he still does. Like, he got me through the last 10 years. Like, and that's why I know about Hampton. Because he went to Hampton. And I'm telling you, the women that he done bought there out of Hampton.
I'm a Hampton alum.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, you know Primo?
That's why they put Hampton on the list.
Exactly.
That's why I should have been saying you. I love it.
But.
So Primo and Renee.
And Renee.
Who are you, Chris?
Man, the list is so crazy. I don't even know where to start looking at it. I think the first person, he's passed on, was my general manager, David Watkins, who kind of showed me how to take this business to another level. Quick crazy story about him. He was a general manager of the Source magazine, and Dave Mays would always drive him crazy because Dave Watkins was one of those guys that he wouldn't leave until it was done. You know, so he'd get in at 9 and wouldn't leave till 10, and you know, he had bad eczema and some stresses, and I would literally sit there and watch him go crazy. So one day I was in Brooklyn at my loft and my dad came in, and I didn't know nothing about checks. I didn't have any entrepreneurs to kind of coach me through this. So he goes in my office and he's like, "Boy, what is this?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Boy, you got $135,000 worth of checks here." And I'm like, "Well, Dad, they're checks." I didn't know that you could cancel a check, and I didn't know a check went bad. So I go in there and I'm like, he's like, "Boy, you better go open up an account." And I'm like, "Well, how am I supposed to open an account?" I didn't know, right? Sure. I'm just young, getting checks, sending proposals, they paying them, I'm good, right? So I go to the office, Dave Watkins, and I'm like, "Dave, I got checks I need to put in the bank." So he walks me to Chase Bank and we open up an account, and then he's sitting there and he's bugging because the bank manager's walking me into the safe and all that. So then and shake, thank you, Mr. Latt. So we walk outside and he's like, "Yo, Latt, how much money you put in the bank?" I was like, "Oh, it's about like 135,000. He's like, "Yeah, 135,000 worth of checks." Right? So next week I go to the office and he's stressed out. Dave Mays is driving him crazy, right? And I'm like, "Yo, Dave, how much you make here?" He was like, 35,000. I was like, "I'll pay you 70,000 if you get up right now and leave the Source." And he got up and left the Source magazine.
That day.
And then, I was on my revolutionary stuff. So I was like, "You want to get back? You want to get even with him?" Because, all right, let's put our office right here. So the Source was at 590 something Broadway. And I put my office over Dean and DeLuca at 560 Broadway.
Oh, wow.
We spent $100,000. We redesigned that joint. You know what I'm saying? It was like a gallery. And we had this place right next to the Source. And this is kind of when I was doing product placement. So like Snoop would go see the Source. And then he'd come next to my office and get that Penguin jerseys wearing in the Gin and Juice video. I put that on him.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so my point is Dave was like the first one that kind of brought me into corporate America and kind of took my hustle up to outer space. It's just so many, man. I just don't want to.
Who needs it right now? That's what I like about it. Like Renee, that's great for her because, like you said, she makes a sacrifice, but that's needed. Like those are unsung people.
All right.
It's like I met you with Shaka. Shaka don't need it. Shaka's great. You know what I'm saying? Who needs
it? Number two
deserves it.
Who deserves it? I would say Sonya Owens.
Okay.
It's crazy because like right now we don't really do a lot of business, but she's a brilliant behind the scenes person. And so she used to have Hollywood down here. You guys, I don't know if you guys, how long you been in Atlanta, but there's a store out here that Pepper had with Sonya that was called Hollywood. Pepper was a celebrity and Sonya was the brains, you know, the buyer, whatever. And one time I walked into the store and she had a head in her hands, you know, stressed out. I guess her and Pepper had a moment. And I just told her, I was like, yo, you brilliant. Like, what are you doing this? So from that moment, she closed down the store, and then we opened up Max Cab Company in Decatur on Memorial Drive, and then we opened up another one in Cobb Parkway down here. And she's always been like that sister that's kind of like in your ass, like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
Don't let them do that to you.
Yeah.
You know, keep going.
Love those women.
Push past that, whatever, and very overprotective of me as well. You know what I'm saying? And she's a brilliant mind. You know what I'm saying? I actually tried to get a job with this dude as he's driving over here because she's a game changer.
Yeah.
But I give it to Sonya Owens second.
This is the God Show. GODS is an acronym for goats and underdogs. Do you guys consider yourself a goat or an underdog? If you do consider yourself an underdog, what do you personally want to accomplish to feel like you are a goat? Last question of the day.
I'll go first on that one. Why you bring
Nigga, 'cause I'm like, nigga, I already told you what you better say, so I'm looking like, is the nigga gonna listen to me? Like, I'm just making sure.
I'm an underdog that's a goat.
Why?
Well, so me and Lou, we come from Westchester, 914. So there's always this perception that the cats in the city are doing it, whatever. And the thing about me and Lou and the reason we resonate like brothers is because we was always on like some fuck y'all niggas in the 5 boroughs shit. Like, we gonna do this shit our way. And that's why we ring bells, and that's why cats in the 5 boroughs be trying to claim us.
Yes.
Oh no, Lou's from the Bronx. Yo, last from
I
Brooklyn.
thought Lou was from the Bronx, or like Mount Vernon. I didn't even know. Like,
yeah, you down with the front.
No, I met him through the people I met him through. I didn't know.
You down with the front and two. So coming from 914 and White Plains specifically, and going into the club game in New York City is treacherous.
Yeah.
And you know, I always rode dolo.
Yeah.
You know, but back in the days, my introduction into that environment, my back.
Yeah.
Was, you know, Lou used to manage Heavy D. So Heavy D was the one that really like put us all on.
That's the Mount Vernon connection.
And Heavy D was like the most famous pastor in the city, but he was almost also like he had a dangerous brother, right? So his crew was the dangerous brother, and they was making noise all over the city, right?
Yeah.
And anybody that's been out, tunnel, all these conversations now, the young guns, cats knew that I won't even get into their lists of stuff.
Yes.
So we kind of had them as our back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they come to our parties because we had the chicks.
And they after party, niggas know act right.
But they also hold us down.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm not supposed to be who I am as an individual, no collective, no crew of cats.
Yeah.
I get off planes in all the cities by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I meet my boys.
Yeah.
Never been extorted in my life. At any level,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and throw some of the biggest parties in the world. So that part of me is the underdog.
Got you.
I think the GOAT aspect of it is because nobody really truly knows my story and all the things I've done, right?
Oh.
Like, so.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, like if you look at it from perspectives, like Mark said earlier, you know, this whole liquor spending at clubs that he's mastered. I started that with Tangeray. You know, and changed the whole landscape. They wasn't spending no money with us. So all this liquor being spent at Essence festivals, all this stuff, you know, I started that. I found my way in there and paved the way with that. Product placement, right? So putting product on and rap videos and stuff like that. You know, like I said earlier, Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice video, that hockey jersey he had on. You know, I started that craze that eventually started the Mitchell and Ness craze that eventually gave Mark a headache because everybody was coming to the parties with football jerseys on, you know. This whole travel explosion, go see the world. Niggas was going nowhere till I did Cancun, and then they started going absolutely everywhere, which I love for our people. You know, the list goes on and on. You know, of course, African American College Alliance and what I did for black colleges in the 90s and Def Comedy Jam and Will Smith and Martin Show and all the rest of that. So I guess that stuff is the GOAT stuff, you know, but I really, truly think I'm the GOAT because God's my GOAT. And I've been blessed with praying parents that kind of put a hedge around me to allow me to be the individual.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you walk in the treacherous waters, you know, even the most dangerous shark is scared because he's like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga down with to be in these waters by himself?
Exactly.
And I think I got a lot of respect all over the country.
I can see that.
Because you could always see me dolo, always by myself, and embracing people and not worrying about the other stuff because I don't do shit that warrants that.
Got you. That's dope.
So I tell guys I tell people all the time, I don't think anybody else can. I don't think I can necessarily say I'm a GOAT because I tell guys that say, oh, I fucked the shit out of that bitch. I say, what did she say? Right. What did she say?
I hate that. I hate you for that one. I was saying, look, Mark, I'm taking that forever.
Okay.
What was her report?
So there have been people who have been overwhelmingly happy with what I've done. And I think I've done a great job. Do I think it's so much more to do? So the greatest of all time, I'm not halfway there even. I just think there's so many more things. And then I look at things that I don't do. I ain't never sent an email.
In your life?
In my life.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
So
that's
that's Renee.
That makes you even more a GOAT.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I'm like, you
scrambling brains with that shit.
What?
You heard? I had to let that process.
Do you have an email?
No, he doesn't.
I have it, but Renee runs it.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody email. I'm not gonna email you. I'm gonna get your email dog. Like, I got your phone number. I like that.
I've never ordered Uber Eats or DoorDash or any of them.
Yeah.
Like there's things that I don't do, but I'm the king of tech. I don't own a computer, but I bought 100 of them.
Yeah.
But I don't use a computer, but I can sit there and do all the graphics with my graphic guy and tell him everything something can do.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't think I'm the GOAT. I think I have put people together, and I think together, what we've done has been amazing.
So I want to tell y'all both something. So the mind fuck of this whole...
he just took his shit from GOAT to Zeus.
No, I know.
Like, we sitting here talking about GOAT, and the nigga said, listen, I challenge you to have an interview with any motherfucker with any IQ that never sent an email. Anybody. You can go through your whole list and you find one motherfucker that hasn't sent it. That's Zeus shit. That ain't GOAT shit, right?
But I'm gonna tell y'all something. The crazy part about this whole thing is that what I had to learn is that the GOATs become the GOATs because they have the underdog mentality. And to me, I have to tell y'all both something. We don't allow people to be on the God show unless they are a GOAT. And I'm telling y'all something. And let me tell you something. Mark, I just met you, but I can already tell if we talk to the people with you, they're gonna be like, I love that guy. I already could tell. But I sat at a table with you and your son, who has a job at UTA, who's in music, who's in touring and going to law school, and that shit was so impressive to me because you can tell a lot about a man by who his kids are.
Appreciate it.
Don't downplay yourself, brother. You are a fucking GOAT. And Mark, you got introduced as the biggest. If you're the biggest anything, you can't be nothing but a GOAT, brother. You gotta just accept it. Now, let me tell you something. Now, hold on, hear me out. Now, let me tell you something. Now, I do know this for the people listening. There is a trick to that. Because the one thing you can't be to be great is you can't buy into your own hype. you got to remember everything that you did to get there and remember that you got to keep doing it. The minute you get to that, that's why Michael Jordan's so dope, because it's like, with the minute he won, he stopped. He never stopped winning because he was like, I know what to do, and I'm going to do it every fucking time. Y'all are GOATs, and we don't let people be on the God show unless that. So I just want to celebrate y'all. Let's celebrate these black. And I'm going to tell y'all something. This has been probably one of the most informative shows I've ever done. I learned so much, and like, I'm just happy to know y'all. And I'm saying that humbly, bro, because it's hard to meet, like Mark said, like Chris said something very important. He said, what they don't talk about enough is that we don't have nobody we call that's up there that can say, let me tell you how to do it down there. Mm-hmm. So we're flying the plane, building it, fixing it, making sure the people on the back is comfortable. We the fucking flight attendants, we the fucking pilots, the co-pilot, we the board and everything. And that takes a certain amount of not consistency, discipline. Y'all are GOATs. That's it. This the God show. Call y'all GOATs. That's it. Nobody can say nothing else about that. That's it. Y'all are crowned. Last thing, because I'm done.
It's been an absolute honor and privilege as a person who's built a lot of his career in the clubs and the nightlife to sit with you guys and to talk with you guys. I've heard so much about you guys. I've met different times in passing, but I've heard about you guys over the last 30 years. And I thank you guys for being on this couch. This was amazing.
And let me tell you something. Don't downplay yourselves. We need heroes. All these kids want to be rappers and be ignorant motherfuckers, robbing people. The same effort it takes to rob somebody and a plot to rob something could be the same effort it could take to build a business. Mm-hmm. If we don't know that there's business that's could be built, and the way you look at that ill way of looking at it, like, why is Todd not, nigga, we gotta talk about, y'all both deserve your own show. We were supposed to talk about promotion. I'm glad. We're gonna figure out do something else, because I really want to talk to y'all, because I'm learning shit myself. I just want to tell y'all thank you. This is The God Show. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to everybody watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow these brothers, support these brothers, because they are our heroes. And if we don't support them, who will? And they doing the work, and they obviously know. This is The God Show. We are out. Y'all niggas is amazing.